CBC Sports.
Arrived here as Brier rookies who finally reached a huge elusive goal. They were one step closer to their dream of turning their Purple Hearts into tankard laurels. That's when they too would join curling's royal class. The big names they'd long followed and inspired them to pursue this long road. Curling stars didn't make it to Kamloops, Canada's honor roll of champions. All two-time Brier winning skips and world champions are watching from home. Not Alberta's Kevin Martin. He is back. He's the only one here to have skipped a tankard winner. He burst onto the curling scene with a Pepsi Junior Championship in 1985. His first trip to the Brier, a rousing success 6 years later in 1991. Martin's experienced team boasts 14 Brier appearances and 4 tankards. But all that hot shooting during the week couldn't prevent today's sudden death semifinal situation.
It's the old sudden death games at the end, you know, and not necessarily can you win or lose if you're the best or not when it comes to sudden death games. So I think either way, I'll leave Kamloops happy, you know, but I sure love to be able to go to Hamilton, the Cops Coliseum again, because I do feel confident if we get there, we'll do well.
Manitoba team lost to Martin in his first Brier in 1991, but stood tall this time around. A final end win in the round robin. And then, last night, in quarterfinal action, there were lots of spectacular shots, but in the 8th end, it was a lucky break for Manitoba. Kevin Martin's last rock picked up something, veered off course, raising Manitoba in, and allowing them to score 3. Game over. So as Martin cleans up, it's now a waiting game for Stoughton. He is in tomorrow's final for Manitoba. Will he draw Martin or Don Westphal and his Quebec team? Like Alberta and Manitoba, Quebec's entry was seasoned in Brier appearances. This was Westphal's first experience as a skip, though. But their confidence and experience paid off in the round robin, and it continued in yesterday's quarterfinal victory over Prince Edward Island's Peter McDonald. They made all the key shots.
We're back again, eh?
So it's Westphal versus Martin. Today, CBC Sports presents Championship Curling from Kamloops, British Columbia, the 1996 Brier. Today's semifinal game featuring Quebec's Don Westphal up against Alberta's Kevin Martin. Hello everyone, we are live here at Riverside Coliseum for today's semifinal game between Alberta and Quebec. For Alberta's Kevin Martin, this is his 4th Brier, won it in 91. Then he has lost in 2 other occasions in semifinal action. So you heard him say how he's always a little worried approaching a semifinal game because anything can happen. The key shooter on this game, while they all can shoot for Alberta, is Don Walchuk. And Quebec, they have been very good all week. They are trying to win Quebec's first Brier since 1977 when Jim Ursel did it. Now we're going upstairs to hear from two-time world champion Don Dugan and Don Whitman.
Thank you, Colleen. Hi, everybody. Don, I think all the pressure today has to be on the shoulders of Kevin Martin, the #1 team during the round-robin play, and losers of that tough game last night to Manitoba.
All right, he's got the most experience of any team here. He lost last night. He has to rebound, and you're right, he's been the best team here all week. They've made a lot of great shots. His percentages are about 86, 87 on an average, so they're very solid. But he cannot underestimate the Quebec team. Quebec lost 7-2 in the round-robin. And any time you get beat 7-2 by Alberta, you know you want to get back at them.
Talking to Kevin Martin just moments ago, I asked what type of game he anticipated. He said Quebec likes to gamble, but then with a glint in his eye said, so do we.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're great gamblers, but for Quebec, they have to stay close. Martin got away on them, got up 7-1, and there was no chance for them to come back, so they have to stay close and hopefully catch them in the end.
Well, we look for an exciting semifinal battle, Quebec and Alberta this afternoon here at Riverside Coliseum. Colleen?
The ice lends itself to that too, gentlemen, because it's very fast and has a really nice swing. Overall, in Brier history, by the way, Alberta's won the Brier 17 times. Quebec has only won it once before. Few things to tell you about. Of course, the free guard zone rule in effect. And also, each team is allowed 73 minutes to complete play. Each team is also allowed 2 1-minute timeouts. Now we're going back upstairs to Don and Don because we're just about set for the opening rock in this Labatt Brier semifinal.
Well, the people in Kamloops have been treated to some tremendously exciting curling throughout the week, and in particular the semifinal battle last night between Alberta and Manitoba. That was the game between teams 1 and 2 under the Page playoff system. Kevin Martin seems to be a different curler this year than we have seen in the past, Don. He seems to be much more relaxed, having a lot more fun in the curling ice.
Well, you know, I talked to Jules Orchard, the coach of this team, and he said the addition of Don Walchuk at third has really put a different perspective on the game. Martin used to lose games and he'd be very upset. Now, it doesn't seem to be that big a deal because Walchuk is very steadying influence on him.
And you'll see Martin out there all the time. He's smiling. He seems to actually be having fun. He's joking around with the opponents even.
The first delivery of this semifinal game out of the hands of Quebec lead Brier Semifinal.
What else? Whoa.
Brier Semifinal, so well known to so many curlers because he used to skip the team for Quebec.
Talking to the other members of the rink, they said, how did Brier react to the decision to move from skip to lead? They said, well, he wouldn't have had a team.
That's right. They said he would have spent more time skiing. But just to get onto the ice, it's absolutely gorgeous ice. It has been all week. Lots of movement to the side of the sheet from the inside out and from the outside in.
The rings, I think.
Good movement, especially later on in the end.
It's in the rings, I think.
Runs about 23 seconds, which is nice curling ice. You don't have to drive out hard or you don't have to cut back on your leg drive. It's just excellent curling ice.
From the overhead camera, it looks as though it might be nibbling the top of the 12, and Don Westphal is not going to take any chances on that stone just delivered by Don Bartlett. He wants a hit and roll from his lead, Brier Semifinal.
And, of course, if it weren't in the rings, they wouldn't be allowed to hit it because that would be in that gray area, the free guard zone area where you can't hit a rock until the fourth rock of the end.
Come on, dude. Okay.
Preferably, they wanted the stone to roll just a little more, but they're happy with the shot by Charette.
Well, the first couple of ends in a curling game, you're kind of testing the ice to see that it never, or it hasn't changed from the round-robin play down. So they're looking for any little falls or how much it curls to the side. And those are two great shots by Brier Semifinal in the opening end.
He so nicely positioned his first one to be tight enough to the rings that it forced Alberta to the open side, too.
And Don Bartlett removed the stone. He followed the rock all the way down the ice, just as I'm sure his parents back in Gander, Newfoundland, are following the action this afternoon from the Riverside Coliseum.
Mine's good. Yep, the line. Come on. Hard. Hard, guys. Really hard. Okay, Rube. Yep, bring it deep. Come on, bring it deep. Come on, Lou.
All four members of this Quebec team are bilingual, but on the ice, as you can hear, they prefer to use English.
An excellent
Normal weight.
first in draw for the second. Just that's great control and good brushing and good ice calling by Don Westphal. So you know that these players have played here all week. They know the ice, understand the ice, know how much it's going to curl, and know the weight. Not only that, they practice before they start this game, so they have a good idea how it's going to run.
Sean Broda tried to promote the stone just outside the rings onto the shot rock, just missed.
Sean Broda is a newcomer to this Alberta team, joining the team, I think, one game before City Playdowns.
Actually, it was about 48 hours before they had to submit an entry for the Playdowns that Kevin Martin was able to talk Sean Broda into joining he and Don Walchuk and Don Bartlett.
Real good.
Well, they had to juggle the lineup after Randy Furby, who was playing third for Kevin. Kevin asked him to play second. Randy didn't want to, so they moved Walchuk up to third and brought Broda on the ring.
Same shot.
You know, Colleen, I think for Alberta, they, especially after losing the game last night to Manitoba, they have to make sure that they stay close. They cannot let Quebec get away on them. They'll get very despondent and discouraged. So they have to play very tight first couple ends to keep it close.
Well, and as you heard Kevin say, in a semifinal game, sudden death, anything can happen. And he has lost two Labatt-Brier semifinals before, in 92 and 95. And he also lost in every semifinal of the Cash Spiels this year.
Whoops. Yes, it's for sure he's going to play, I would think, fairly wide open, although the very first rock he asked Bartlett to throw in the sand, he threw up a corner guard, which indicated he was going to do a little bit of gambling. But I think Quebec is fired up for this game. They had a rest all afternoon. They watched the other game between Alberta and Manitoba. They're fresh, and they're putting the rocks all in the correct spots. Let me tell you, one front of the tee line, they've guarded it perfectly. But this is the strength of this Alberta team, the run back.
Well, Dan Lemry covered up the shot stone, and Quebec lies too.
Alberta has made spectacular run backs throughout the week. They play big weight, which they get good reaction of from all the rocks in the rings.
Good.
And that's the type of shooting we've seen from Walchuk all week.
He's unbelievable. You know, he's played second most of his life. Lead. He skipped 1 year, but this position third seems to suit him. He's just dynamite.
Yeah, he tried his hand at skipping for the last couple of years, but he is such a steady shooter. Of course, he learned from one of the best because he did play for Pat Ryan's Brier winning team.
Whoa! Off!
Outturn seems to be hanging fairly straight.
This is something that Kevin Martin told me before the game. He said, Quebec likes to play a draw game rather than a hitting game. He said, they're not as good at the hitting game. And maybe we've seen evidence of a bit of a chink in the armor of the Quebec team.
Look.
Pas bouger? Ah non. Donnez quoi, ça?
Now here's the strength of Don Walchuk. He can throw a double, the first one, with big weight. And the sign of a great curler is that with your second one, you can come back and make a good draw.
We'll talk about a big turnaround end, too. 1 second, Quebec is sitting 2. Now Alberta 1 shot later.
Okay.
Is sitting 2.
Look at that. That's marvelous curling.
I don't know what happened with Dance. Like, it didn't move. I took 2 inches less. I really don't know.
Showing control on?
Yeah, I just hit and roll in front of him. Okay. I don't know, honestly.
Thanks. All that's in double.
You got her.
Don Westphal indicating he wants to hit and roll in front of the shot stone. There's also the possibility of a thin double.
Yeah, it would have to be very, very thin. I always kind of like to hit the shot rock. I mean, if you hit that one on the nose, you're not in the rings, and then Alberta draws around it, you're lying 2-1 completely buried. So.
Yep. Hooray! Whoa. Yep.
Excellent shot. Excellent shot. Did you see how it protects the Alberta rock? Perfect guard for them, and
you just throw gas and it's in, I guess.
Kevin Martin's just certainly going to play the alternative.
Ta fête, il n'a pas vu. Ça se peut, là, je sais pas. Une chose, c'est qu'il n'a pas regardé bandit. Non, il a vu ça.
Well, they issue all their instructions in English, and their private conversations are conducted in French.
And a big draw for Kevin Martin. You always like to test the ice for draw weight, the very first rock that you throw in any curling game, and here he has the opportunity. And you can be rest assured this is close to T-line.
Right up. Right up.
Bringing it back so they don't. There's no double that exists.
That's good.
See? Even with the other one on the other side, great control.
That is great control in the first end to be able to pull them even and take away the double.
That was good brushing.
Kevin said, on this ice, you can simply throw the rock to the sweepers.
Yes. I believe that. I believe you can throw the rock to the front of the house and let the sweepers take it anywhere in the house they want.
Not much else you can do.
It's that kind of ice.
That's it. We got it. That's like a nice weighted through there. Okay. Off.
Yeah.
Off.
Put it back a little bit.
Off.
He's got nice carrying weight, though.
Oh, curl up. Curl up. Curl up.
Get on.
Whoa. Not shot it. Not shot it. Sorry.
He wanted to hit and stay right there. Now Martin has an almost identical shot, playing the same draw to pick up a pair.
Well, he's playing the in-turn this time as opposed to the out-turn. He's got ice on the edge of the forefoot. And the ice is fairly consistent, so he'll throw the same weight and let his brushers take it. As soon as he lets it go, you'll watch Sean Broda and Don Bartlett maybe jump on it, unless it's obviously very heavy. Just to get it started, see what kind of weight he has. There you see Barton put the brush down.
Hurt.
And Broda.
Okay.
Halfway down.
Careful.
Down. Kevin's saying, okay.
Hurt.
Can't hurt it.
Clean.
Room.
There you are. Okay. One behind the T-line line, right on the right.
Kevin Martin with last rock advantage in this semifinal game. Takes advantage. Score a pair.
Imagine an automobile where every component is engineered to such precise tolerances. It feels as if it were formed from a single piece of steel. Introducing the all-new Mercury Sable. The 1996 Mercury Sable, now available in sedan or wagon for the same price. Imagine that.
Imagine yourself in a Mercury.
We make maple leaf wieners for Courtney, who will only eat Mr. Broccoli if he hasn't touched Mr. Gravy. We make maple leaf wieners for Tim, who says peas explode in his mouth. And for Caitlin, whose scrambled eggs must be shaped like little boats. Maple leaf wieners have a taste made especially for kids. For Kenny, who won't eat anything with sauce, and Jason, who won't eat anything without sauce, there will always be maple leaf.
Owning a home today in this economic environment.
This home is the one we're going to stay in the rest of our lives.
I think you feel very fortunate if you do own one. When we think about renewing our mortgage, we're not that great at it. That's what we look to the bank for, because you want to make sure that you make the right decision.
To see how you can be home free faster, Get expert help, the right plan, and guaranteed competitive rates. See your CIBC personal banker or call now.
We'd have a bit of a barn burner when the mortgage is paid off.
At CIBC, we're working to see what you see.
Voila, la telephone.
Oh, good. Where was it?
Microwave.
Of course.
I guess we should sign up for one of these long-distance things, huh?
Well, everyone we know is back east.
Yeah. Well, I think this says we can get 20% off.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Well, it's only on 3 numbers.
3? That's it?
Yeah, here and in the States.
Did you have anything to do with this?
Oh, what are you saying? I complicate things?
I'm just saying. I mean, there's got to be something better, that's all.
The Labatt Brier on CBC. Brought to you by Labatt. Good Things Brewing. By Ford of Canada, makers of the 1997 F-150, built for today's driving needs. By CIBC Trust, your will and estate planning and investment management professionals. And by Unitel, quality long distance for less.
Welcome back to the Riverside Coliseum in Kamloops. 6,000 people in attendance for this semifinal game. This building has been full for every draw of this week-long event. They won't break the attendance record that was set in Saskatoon, but they could challenge the second-best attendance record that was established in Red Deer a couple of years ago. They're moving in on 125,000 spectators who have watched curling here in Kamloops this week.
It's been an excellent facility for curling and really nice size arena. They're doing very well. I was talking to the organizers of the Calgary Labatt Brier for next year. They've already sold 6,000 tickets there.
And wouldn't they love to fill the Saddle Dome for every draw next year?
Well, to have 6,000 sold at this stage is pretty good.
Everett, come on. Real hard, come on. Right up. Come on, pull in, come on. Pull in, pull in.
Hear Don Bartlett saying to Sean Broda and Don Walchuk, fully in, fully in. He doesn't want it in the free guard zone because they feel they have 2 points, control of this game, and they really have the edge on Quebec early in this game.
Pierre is leaving here after the Brier and going to a Club Med in Florida where he's going to teach some golf. As a golf pro, one of the perks.
Hurry! Hurry hard, come on! Come on, right out! Right out, come on!
No sir.
Folks here in Kamloops were saying that under normal circumstances, Pierre could have probably worked in his golf game here this week, but weather conditions haven't been as mild as they usually are at this time of year.
Yep. Room. Line's pretty good. It's quiet. Okay. A lot of room. Pull if you can. Pull if you can. Yeah, come on. Shot.
That's a pretty nice shot by Don Bartlett. He would have, I think, liked the rock a little bit deeper in, maybe into the 4-foot area, because it sets up a double here for Quebec. A little deeper in, there's a little less chance of making the double.
Whoa! Right off, Lou, right off, right off. Oh, boy.
Lots of action in the ring. You see that rock spinning, and it's spun right out, so that the house is very active. The rocks roll a long way.
December 20th, the decision was made by the Quebec rink to move Pierre Charette to lead, with Donald Westphal taking over as skip. That was about the same time that Sean Broda was added to the roster of the Alberta team.
You always spend a lot of time looking for the right lineup and the right chemistry to make a winning team.
Clean.
Watch your broom out in the frost, eh? Stubs, eh? Shot. See, you buggered up my back already.
Control. Tone of life. Yep. Yep. More. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Quebec quite content this end to play in the ring. As you know, after Alberta scores 2, you may want to think about trying to score 2 points by throwing up a corner guard or freezing to it. But I think Donald Westphal has just designed himself maybe to continue this end, maybe blanket and go on to the next end and try and score a couple. You certainly don't want to let Alberta get more than 2 points up right there. They're very difficult to catch. They're such a strong and consistent hitting team. Broda and Walchuk. Walchuk's amazing. Broda's very, very consistent.
Right.
Well, this rollout allows Quebec to put up a corner now. They do want to be patient. They don't want to work themselves out of the game.
Fight, Dolu.
Now you see that rock on the right-hand side. Like, I would throw the corner guard up on this side. Maybe it's out of play, but they may drive it onto that one and bring it another foot closer to the ring. He's going to the open side. Hoping, of course, that Alberta...
Let it curl a bit, guys.
When you're trying to score 2 points, you kind of manipulate the rocks.
Let it curl.
To your best advantage. And I might have put it over on the other side.
Let it curl a bit.
This is a good call early in the game.
Okay, that's good.
Nice weight.
Biron, in his 2 previous Brier experiences, played lead with Ted Butler in 1992 and in 1993 with Pierre Charette. With the change in the structure of this Quebec team, he has moved up a position to second stump. And Don Walchuk is another who has moved up a position from second to third, and he has been shooting lights out, as we mentioned earlier, all week here at the Riverside Coliseum.
Stockbroker won last year's Canadian Curling Championship, that being, of course, Terry Burtnick.
You're in the wrong profession.
Well, you see, they almost drove it on that one in the back. Good clearing shot by Walchuk.
In all the years I've watched Walchuk, I've never seen him miss a hit. Comes out fast and hard.
And very, very accurate. Not the most picturesque delivery in curling, but very, very effective. Something like Pat Ryan, who he curled with for 4 years. Not pretty, but effective.
A little bit. Okay, that's good.
We asked Quebec third Dan Lemry about the company he worked for. He said, just say I'm a bread salesman.
Westphal mixing up the corner guards, first one side, then the other. And that's a good idea because you're changing shots for Walchuk. First he plays the in turn, now he's going to play the out turn. Although it runs very straight on the outside. You know, you got to look for ways maybe that they may make an error and hit it on the nose or miss it altogether. And that's good strategy by Westphal. That shows you that he has a good understanding of the game.
Good.
They always have a laugh over Walchuk's weight, which can come down at you pretty quick.
Tight. Tight.
You know, really in this type of game early, you just need a half a shot by the other team. If Barton hits and rolls to the corner and you've got a potential 2 set up. So, and that's exactly what Quebec is looking for. You know, you talk about Walchuk throwing big weight. Kevin Martin is very, very accurate throwing big weight. He threw a takeout during the week that averaged 4.5 seconds from one end to the other. Now that's going. So that's smoking. Look at here.
Well, Martin ignores the corner guard of Lemry and is going to the other side of the ring.
That's what he's saying. Okay, I'm going to put it in, and you hit it on the nose, and I'll hit it on the nose. And maybe you'll hit on the nose and score one. Then I've got control. I'm one up with last rock. The key for Kevin here is that he doesn't want to leave it high in the rings that allow Westphal a chance to hit and roll behind that corner guard. And he has to make sure he pulls it over to the edge of the forefoot and not pull in the forefoot. Asked Kevin how business was this year. He said he had a good year.
Probably.
Gave up his ice-making duties at the Avonair Curling Club. His father took over.
Yep. They're very well respected in the curling supply business. Works hard at it. Works hard at his curling game.
Hurry.
And that's why he's so successful.
Hurry. Keep it going. Come on. No rolls.
You heard Kevin say exactly that. No rolls. Keep her going. But that's high. That's top of the 12-foot. A lot of room.
A little light. Where's Jules sitting?
What? He can get a roll. There. No, I saw that. I saw that. No, just control. Okay. Yeah.
Don Westphal, like lead Pierre Charette, is also a golf professional.
Z. Yep. Yep. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Yep.
Now I moved up.
Whoa. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, get on. I moved a bit. I might have been inside him.
Don is looking at the possibility of moving to a new club in the Ottawa area this coming season.
N'a pas gros de glace, mais...
Je pensais comme à l'autre bout.
Ouais, c'est...
Well, nice to get that little roll over there.
Here, Kevin down at the other end talking to Broda and Bartlett saying, I'd like to get that little roll over there. He's playing the intern with very little ice, so they're hoping he comes across the face of it, hits it. There's a lot of spin on a shooter.
No. Close. No. Oh. Close. No. Oh. Wow.
He's close.
Throw it.
Oh, I need a little bit less of the rock, and he would have spun right over behind the corner guard. Nice controlled weight that time.
Normal, guys. Normal. Normal.
Westphal wants to hit and roll out to retain last rock advantage into end number 3.
Oh, definitely. Wouldn't want to just take a single point here.
Well, he wants to make sure his first responsibility is looked after, and that is hitting the rock.
Right up.
Follow it, follow it, follow it.
It's going to roll, but not out of the rings, and so Quebec picks up a single point on end 2 and trails by 1, heading to the 3rd.
Gillette's revolutionary clear gel antiperspirant. Not a stick, a soft gel that goes through underarm hair to the skin surface where wetness begins. For powerful protection, Gillette Clear Gel Antiperspirant.
Aha. Oh, hi. I'm using this ordinary telescope to take a look at auto repairs. My hunch is we're going to see something kind of interesting here, and look, there it is right now. At some places, you're not allowed to see what's going on with your car. However, at Midas, things are completely different. Look at this. They take you under the car. They let you see just what needs fixing and what can wait. You're in the loop, I tell you. Midas, the way it should be.
Dog owners, now you can have a trained, well-behaved dog. One that goes where you want him to go, comes when you call him, sits, heels, and responds with a noticeable difference after just one lesson. Guaranteed. It's David Dykman's Command Performance Dog Training System. Command Performance comes with 2 full-length videos, 10 easy-to-follow field cards, a 15-foot professional training lead, and David Dykman's Command Performance Owner's Manual.
I'm so convinced my Command Performance system can work with your dog that if you don't see a dramatic difference after just one lesson, simply send it back for a full refund.
The results are astounding. I think that anybody with any dog using this system can have a well-trained dog.
Order now and have the kind of relationship with your dog that you've always wanted.
The first 20 minutes proved to me that it works.
The difference is like night and day. It's just wonderful.
To order Command Performance, send check or money order for $49.95 plus shipping and handling to the address shown. Write or call now.
A pretty important invention. Just try living without it. But sometimes it just doesn't leave you feeling clean enough. Maestro, let's demonstrate. See what I mean? These are new Cottonelle Moist Wipes. You use them after you use this, and they leave you feeling cleaner.
Or clean.
They have soothing aloe, and they're flushable. So if you want your family to feel fresher, cleaner, just better, this is one invention you won't want to live without.
New Cottonelle Moist Wipes. Advanced personal hygiene from Cottonelle.
The
fact is, all cars are targets for car theft. New cars may have a higher value, but older cars can bring in big cash for their parts. So if you're not using the club, you're inviting a thief to steal your car. Stop. Don't fall prey to car theft. Get the club. Statistics show that the club is over 99% effective in reducing auto theft. Protect your vehicle from theft with the club. Now available in a variety of highly visible colors.
Face it, no other razor shaves closer or with more comfort than Gillette's Sensor XL. No razor is better.
And number 3 with Quebec trailing by a point but relinquishing last rock advantage as Pierre Charette, the 40-year-old lead, gets things underway.
You know, the interesting thing about the Quebec team is they throw mechanically very, very sound. They got good draw weight. Their expectations coming into this, Brier, was 8-3. That was their target. They made 8-3, so they've done everything they accomplished, or accomplished everything they wanted to do. Now the big game.
And Pierre was saying they've had tremendous support from a lot of the curling fans in Alma, Quebec, where that province staged its provincial playdowns.
And this is a pivotal end in this whole game. They cannot afford Alberta to score 2 here. If they do, they're down 4-1, and they're in a lot of trouble.
Line's good.
To come back from a 3-point deficit against Alberta is very, very difficult.
Yep.
And of course, Kevin not drawing around the center rock in the first end because it was a lot tighter than this one, about another 2 feet in, a foot and a half in maybe. And Don just drawing in perfectly here. That's exactly where you want your lead rock to be.
In front of the tee line, directly behind the guard, and that's why Bartlett's one of the premier leads in this game.
Or, you know, no, that or, not bad.
The end is set up right now for Alberta to score 2. The only way Quebec can get out of this now, if Pierre Charette makes a great come-around freeze to the face of that rock.
Line's good.
He cannot afford to touch it and roll in the open.
Line's good.
And I don't think he can afford to be too long.
Yep. Where is it? Line's good. Whoa, where is it? Whoa, where is it? Where is it? Yep, line's great. Freeze it. Freeze it. Freeze it. Come on.
That's what saying. Freeze it.
Hard. Hurry. Oh. Boy.
Pretty good shot. They would have liked that flosion right to the face of it, but that's a good shot because it covers off that 4-foot.
Pierre was saying the last time he was in Kamloops was in 1986 when he played in the mixed event that was staged here. Ontario won the mixed title that year. You know, you talked about Don Bartlett, the lead, being the outstanding first thrower for this Alberta team. Someone asked him why he didn't move up. He said, when you're playing with one of the best teams at the lead position, why not stay there?
Well, I think it's that old theory, you know, especially since the free guard zone, you have to have a premium player playing lead because he sets the whole end up. He cannot afford to go deep. He cannot afford to go down past the tee line. When you want a front stone, he has to be somewhere between the house and the rings, and he does that.
There aren't a lot of lifetime leads either. A lot of them, once they kind of mastered that spot, they want to move up and play another position.
Well, they think they've mastered the spot.
Don Bartlett certainly has. Neil Harrison would be another example of a lifetime lead for Ed Wernick.
Louis Biron.
Sit. No.
No more than hack.
Watching the stone.
Never touch it. Can't.
I know.
Can't. Okay, Lou.
Certainly not the ideal shot because it bounces that red one into the open. Just a little too strong on it.
You see Kevin Martin indicating at the back how much weight he wants for Sean Broda. Just back line. He doesn't have to throw big weight. He just wants to punch it to the back line and save his shooter. And that's why he's playing quiet weight. Save your shooter. Keep it in play. Hit and roll out. Wow. In this instance, you give the advantage back to the other team.
Wow.
The one thing Alberta has shown they can do all week, they play some huge take-out weight, then they can bring it right back down with a nice soft tap back. One just a little bit too soft, really just back 4 weight.
Well, any more weight than that, he would have driven that maybe on his own yellow one. It took a long time for that rock to curl.
Throw control.
Now for Quebec, a big shot. If he can hit what he can see, he'll make the double. Sit right there. Protect his one that he has in the back of the forefoot.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hurry! Hurry! Hard!
Oh, Burke. He just squeaked by that front one. I don't know how he got by, but he did.
I think we checked that, didn't we? Yeah.
I think he might have just rubbed that stone out front.
Well,
let's take a look.
Well, I don't think he touched it at all. Oh, he did. He just touched it, straightened it out, made the double. Now, that's unbelievable. Any thicker, he just racks. And Kevin Martin was laughing at the end.
Tax.
Beautiful shot. Now for Broda, the beauty of it for Broda here, this particular shot, he's just played one down there. He knows it runs very straight and will move at the end.
Hard.
So he has a good idea of weight.
In reference to that shot by Buron, I guess at times it doesn't matter how you do it as long as you achieve the objective.
Boy, they've got to go big time on this one. I think Broda maybe rolled it a bit. Is he by? No, it's all over.
The ice also might be curling just a little bit more. We were listening during the commercial break to some of Don Westphal's commentary about his nose hit in the last end. And he was surprised at how much it came up.
Well, there's been quite a few rocks played down in that area. So it's keening up a little bit and moving, especially when from the hog line in. It stays very straight. If you brush it right at the start when the thrower lets it go, it'll run very, very straight, but works or curls big time at the end.
Yep. Okay, line's good. Line's good. Yep.
You hear Westphal yelling for line.
Wow. Wow, right off. No, right off. No.
Doesn't want him deep.
That's fine. Can't go back. Oh. Oh. Okay, Dan.
A little bit of coaxing there. Whoa, it's right on the button, but maybe 2 feet too far.
Dan Lemry followed it all the way down. He didn't want it going to the button. He would have preferred it just at the top of the 8-foot.
Well, Alberta can come down here, Don, and hit this rock, get a little bit of action and roll in front of that one there. But the key is the weight. He cannot throw it too strong or it'll run very, very straight. It's the draw. He doesn't want to hit the outside one, so if he just draws and hits and taps over, good-looking shot.
Alberta has last rock on this third end, leading 2-1.
Room. Oh. Lot of room.
Wow.
Lot of room.
Off. Right off. Well, no, we're not making contact.
Over there.
They haven't laid a brush to it. He's a long way out yet. Now it's starting to come over. He has to make sure he gets a good piece of that one.
Not enough. But he is second shot. And snuggled up against the red Quebec stone.
It's not bad. No. Non.
Stay sweet.
Jamais ici.
Yeah.
Parce que oui, s'il frappe la moitié avec normal, ça reste, ça, c'est parti.
Ouais,
c'est ça l'affaire.
Why don't we hit?
Si je jamais là, il peut pas frapper.
We hit it.
Mais si je jamais ici, non, il peut pas frapper ça. Là. Ça veut dire.
Yeah, mais il peut faire le double.
Ben, s'il fait le double, c'est parce qu'elle la sort.
High side, peut-être.
Si jamais ici, ça sort, ça repart par là.
Yeah. What about, I think so, maybe.
I guess. Je pense que c'est shot. Right there. S'il fait le double, là, la ronde, elle sort aussi.
Yeah, not bad. Okay.
They were looking at hitting half of that yellow rock.
Top 4.
Well, what he's trying to do is pull the rock in this area here. He certainly doesn't want to go in too deep for it and maybe set up a double or a triple. He wants to make sure that he's on the center line so that they cannot utilize that rock on the right-hand side belonging to Alberta. They can come off it maybe into the button. So they want to make this rock right on the center line. Maybe fully.
Roof. Watch the roof. Line's good now. Yep. Bring it.
We're taking a look at rock time. That's the amount of time it takes for the rock to go from the hog line to the tee line. Or stop.
Hurry hard.
Good.
Oh, leave it open.
Good sweep.
Okay.
Good sweep, Bill.
Well, not a bad shot, but not a... It's right on the center line, which is pretty good. The only thing here, it may force Alberta to hit the yellow one that is theirs, hit about half a rock, and it'll spring over and get the shot.
Yeah, I can squirt in there.
This way or this way?
That way.
Not really. All you can see is all of ours, that's it. Why don't you run the double?
Okay. Across the top, eh?
You bet. Maybe you just peel it, it's not the worst.
Well, the only trouble peeling that rock, Quebec may come in a little bit deeper and really hide it so that you don't have a chance to
You're
make
gonna
this
have trouble
double.
getting out of here without stepping on something.
Yeah. So now for Walchuk, if he can, he's trying to hit this rock, go across the face, but make the double on the one in the 4 foot. Ooh, a little wobbly coming out.
Big weight once again.
Oh,
The crowd always murmurs when he gets
He's
ready
on
to
the front
throw.
one, though. Colleen, you haven't seen
That's my first
Don
time.
Walchuk miss a takeout? There you are.
Well, he was a little wobbly coming out of the hack, and that may have thrown him off.
Came out like a buffalo.
Like a close out of a shotgun.
Jesus. Shitty slider, what?
That was a good comment. Came out like a buffalo.
He did come out like a buffalo. He didn't get his foot underneath him.
Guess where to throw that thing, eh?
Wow.
Where you're at.
Jesus.
Hey, si je mets ici, puis essaie la double, là, il peut jammer, là.
Okay.
Right? And even if he makes it, he rolls here.
Yeah.
I put another one here.
Okay.
I like that. Think so, eh? Right here, like? Why, like right there? Right. Okay. Ça, donne à toi, bud. Viens là. On va prendre... Ça a l'air de curler un petit peu, non?
Oui, ça va curler. On va finir, là.
Okay, well, let's take moitié de 8.
Yeah.
Ouais, c'est ça. Oh, I got half the 8. I took a full...
You'll often see Pierre Charette in on all the strategy
Sort of like
discussions.
top 8, Lou.
Quebec wants to pull the rock right in that area there because no matter where they put it, Kevin Martin's going to run either this one or this one. So they have to put the rock frozen against that Alberta rock because if they run them, there's a good chance they could jam it onto that yellow one.
What side, Duff? The weight? Same shows, the weight? Never change? No. Right.
Just checking with the front end as to the weight he should throw in this shot.
Well, if he can pull this rock around, corner freeze it to the inside of that Alberta rock,
bring it then.
Martin's in a lot of trouble. No matter what he does with those rocks.
Bring it.
Cannot leave it short. He has to pull it almost frozen.
Right up. Grosse peu. Right up. Grosse peu, boy. Come on. Hurry.
Okay.
Hurry.
Okay.
Whoa. That's good.
Good on.
Not bad.
That's not going to cut it this
It's not
end.
bad, Duff. It's not bad.
Because now Martin's going to run the double. He's going to be laying one behind 2 guards.
If he makes it.
If he makes the double, I'm assuming that he's going to make the double.
I don't like this one.
Huh?
No, well, if we tick off this thing, we go right into the middle.
You got to go with the one on the left-hand side, the high one.
Well, just don't tick.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, if we drive it this way, though, I think, do you want to go after it?
Well, it's not bad. Now that he guarded it. Right on the nose.
Okay.
If I hit it wrong, let's hit it wrong this way.
Yeah.
At least we're safe with that 5.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. That's why you don't play the hit on the center one or the
Right
one
on
on
the
the right-hand side. Because the one on the right-hand side and the one on the center is protecting your second shot rock. You don't want to disturb that. That's why he's picking that one on the left-hand side. It's gonna, if he hits it right on the nose, he'll make the double. He'll be lying shot rock.
time of physics background might also almost be an asset in playing this game.
Well, it's like pool. You got to look at the angles. You certainly don't want to disturb your second shot rock frozen to the third shot rock. So that's why you picked that one out.
A big shot here for Kevin Martin.
He's close.
Well, he drove it past the shot stone. Quebec continues to lie one.
That's certainly been Alberta's specialty all week, those run backs. Surprising to...
I know,
always surprising when they miss it.
I think you might be able to get it to feel a little bit that way.
Okay, well, that's for one if he does it anyway, so.
Yeah.
Now you got to bring one in here.
Sit.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Right there. Right there. Maybe short. Short's not bad. What does he have? Plays that? That's all right. Don't mind that. Put it here. Worst comes to worst, we'll put it there. Right?
They're looking to see whether the red ones are lined up to the shot rock.
Hey, short. You bring it here, he plays the double. Bring it here, what's he play?
No, what is the short one?
Oh, jam. Half the 8, Nanner. Play plus. What?
You got to see it all if you want to play the double. If he hits it high, we steal 5.
Right.
It's a jam, automatic.
I think it's an automatic jam. He might be able to roll like Duff says, but it's for one. We're going to try and get it there. But short's not the end. What's he play if we put it short?
Well, Pierre Charette may no longer be the skip, but he participates in all the discussions about strategy.
Trying to do that, though.
Well, what they're looking at, they want to put the guard in this area here. And I don't think they can make this double because it looks like they're lined up for a jam.
I know, just less ice. Okay.
The one on the button, the one the top of the 8-foot.
Obviously.
It looks like they're lined up, Don, so that if Alberta hit it, it would just simply jam. And Quebec would steal one. So this is a big guard for Quebec. You know, all through the end, you try and steal one. I think you've got to consolidate that one now that you have the chance.
That'll work. Yep. That'll work. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Mine. Hard. 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 Okay. Good. Good. Yeah,
well, he's covered the opening. I don't think there's an opening there. Unless it's with the outturn, but if it's with the outturn, I don't think you can make it.
Certainly took a long time for it to come over.
As long as we hit these in the crotch, we probably get it, eh?
Huh?
If we hit this in the crotch, we probably get it. 6 will go off that way. Or do you think there's enough separation that if I hit it here, it goes the other way? I don't think I can jam it into the 5, do you? There's enough separation in there. We hit it here?
Wow, hit it real thin.
Oh, here.
Wow, we got to hit it thin. Huh?
That's thin enough, isn't it? So we hit it right on the beak. I kind of think it's going to go the other way. They're still close enough together, don't you?
You think it's going to go the other way?
Yeah, I think we got to hit it on
I think
this
it's going
side.
to come this way.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
What do you want to hit, about a half?
Oh, right here.
Huh?
Hit it in this direction right here.
Oh, you want to hit it on that side?
Yeah, almost in the crotch.
Well, how are we going to get there?
Well, the crotch is available.
We might end up, you know,
It's not going to go into the middle of those. No way.
Well, if you just hit in the crotch, but if we don't have enough weight, you just push them here.
Oh, no. Here, outturn right here.
Okay. Right here?
We got to hit the yellow first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think
it'll go.
What Kevin's
They
talking
shouldn't
about,
get more than one anyway.
hitting it in the crotch here and maybe spinning it this way and making the double that way. But I'm afraid if he hits it in the crotch, he's liable to come off that other one and leave Quebec leg 2 maybe. I think he has to hit it on the high side over here.
That certainly is the concern Walchuk had as well.
But Walchuk also said, once Kevin makes up his mind, we pretty much go with what he's decided.
Hey!
Drove it right onto the stone at the back and into the button. So it's a steal for Quebec, and the game is tied after 3.
Maybe you think only those fast lane types need a Nokia cellular phone.
Well, Bob, I'm running late.
Well, now Nokia's making cellular phones so easy.
So, cover for me during finger paints?
They're practically child's play.
Right, it's Science Day.
With Nokia's big screens, easy to find names and numbers, and sleek designs.
Coach, could you handle sandbox for me? I'm like in a 4-lane parking lot. We're talking rest period before I get there. Oh, I forgot my show and tell.
So now we can all be in the fast lane. Nokia, Europe's leading cellular phone, also made in America, connecting people.
They overcame the big names. That's why there's a distinct new look at this year's Labatt Brier, where one might legitimately ask, who are these guys? After all, defending champ Terry Burtnick isn't back, while Al Hackner, another 2-time winning skip, also missed out. Ed Wernick made his exit in Ontario. Brad Hype headed out in Saskatchewan. And Rick Folk vanished in BC, putting the focus on rookies like firefighter Rod Montgomery.
Our provincial playdowns, I think, really prepare us. You know, they try to copy everything that happens in the Brier the same way. The media attention isn't quite as, you know, it's tenfold at the Brier. There's just more of it. But I think the provincial playdowns really prepare us for it, so it's not that big a surprise to come here. It's just a little bigger, that's all.
Giant killer Bob Ingram stoned Wernick and Russ Howard, who combined to represent Ontario in the last 10 Briers.
Yeah, we've been trying a long time. My team's been together 6 years, and we've been to the Ontario Championships 3 times. And we never really had a winning record, but this year we made the playoffs and won the semis and finals.
Brian Rayfuse went from ice maker at the 95 Labatt Brier to rookie shooter in this one.
Being an older rookie, I don't think is so bad, as tough as being a younger rookie. I knew what to expect when I got here. You know, I helped with the ice last year, and I was used to the size of the crowd. Although I hadn't played in front of them, I walked around and got a feel for it, so it's not too tough.
It's nerve-wracking going out and playing in front of 6,000 people. The largest crowd I ever played in front of was maybe 200, and in awe of the whole thing. You're almost embarrassed, I think, to miss, because you're not supposed to miss, or they don't want you to miss, and it feels funny, embarrassed, self-conscious about what you're doing out there, and it's hard to forget all that, and I guess that comes with time, and the more games you play, the better it is.
And there's the true rookie in this year's semifinal, Sean Broda. He has had previous curling experience with his brother-in-law, Tom Reed, who twice represented Alberta in the Brier in 1975 and 77. But Broda was the late addition to the Alberta team that dominated through the round robin, lost in the game between 1 and 2 under the Page playoff system last night, but is back in this semifinal game against Quebec, deadlocked at 2, playing the 4th inning.
Very hard for rookies to come in and dominate in that first year. We did see Kevin Martin do it in 1991, but Jeff Stoughton was a rookie in 91 and had a hard time adjusting to life at the Brier.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Hey, guys.
I was a big end for Quebec to steal a point there, get back on even terms with Alberta is a big confidence builder for them. And I would think for Alberta, now they have to attack. No matter where the rocks are, I think Kevin Martin has to go around them, get some momentum back.
Line's good. A lot of room.
Take control of the game.
Okay. Whoa. Oh, weight's good.
Certainly was a huge steal. As you had mentioned, if Alberta had scored their deuce with Hammer in the 3rd, they'd be up 4-1.
Clean it. Clean it.
That's good.
Once again, Bartlett putting it in a perfect position.
The leads getting every end developed, and Don Bartlett has placed his stone in the top of the 12.
Well, that's where it has to be, and for Quebec now, they have to freeze the rock right on top of it.
Line's good.
Oh, wait.
Yep.
They're trying to close off that 4-foot.
Really, guys, gotta go.
They do not have
gotta
the
go
advantage
hard.
of last
Gotta go
rock,
hard.
Quebec, and they're trying to
all
close
the way, all
off
the way.
the forefoot.
Hurry, hurry.
And they need this shot if they're going to do it.
Right up, right up, right up, right up.
That was great brushing.
Shot up.
No question about that. Dan Lemery, Louis Biron, just great job.
Pierre Charette was following it all the way down, encouraging the two brushers to work hard in the stone, which they did.
Not quite the angle Quebec wanted on that one. They would have liked it over just a little bit more so they can eventually play the bump on it.
Well, there's still about a quarter of a rock showing they can do that, but it's a very, very difficult shot, and that's why Kevin Martin's going to the corner now. He knows to make a play on those two rocks that with any kind of, they couldn't make it with any kind of weight. They've just moved it closer into the forefoot, and that's why he's going to the edge.
Come on. That's good. Oh.
Let's wait. And his strategy here is that he's taking the play away from the center because he has last rock, and he wants Quebec to play on the sides, and that's exactly where he wants it. Quebec hits this rock on the nose. I'm sure Kevin will freeze to it.
Clean. Yep.
Lou Biron.
Yep. Clean.
Quebec's second going
Clean.
after the second shot rock belonging to Alberta.
Clean. Throw.
Nose hit. Alberta still lies one behind cover.
There it is. See Kevin, he's trying to consolidate and get back in this game, get very aggressive here. The rock is behind the tee line, so he's asking Sean Broda to play the freeze.
And that's why they swept Don's behind the tee line so that they would have this opportunity to freeze to it here, or if Quebec hit and rolled behind the guard, they would have been behind the tee and Kevin could have frozen again.
Lots of room.
No, weight's good.
Line's pretty good.
Weight's good.
Okay, we got a lot of room. Wolf, you can.
Oh, a lot of weight.
Line's good.
Lot of weight. Lot of weight.
Off.
Weight's good.
Whoa,
wow, a lot of weight.
Off. Still needs to curl some.
Oh.
Nice shot.
Just a touch heavier than they really wanted, but
nice touch, though, really. I mean, that's, you're playing with a very confined area of the range, you know. You pulls over too much, you're over against the boards. So, beautiful control by Sean Broda.
Now Biron will attempt the removal of the Yellowstone.
Whoa.
He can even hit it on the nose.
Well,
he'll take two out, and the shooter will stay right there.
He might get it cleanly.
Well,
the more rocks over there, the better it is for Alberta, because now there's a little bit of a fence there. And Alberta still has the advantage of shot rock half in the 8-foot front of the button. So the 5 for 3 they go.
Yeah, there's more of a pocket, so all the more things for Quebec to possibly jam on when they attempt to remove the Alberta rock that
the more rocks
try to put in position.
The more rocks in play, the better it is for Alberta, as long as they don't get in trouble in the 4-foot area. Over there, they'll play all day on the side of the sheet.
Is it more?
A lot of room.
For Quebec, of course, the more rocks back there, it's tough to jam them
pretty
out.
good.
Weight's close. Hurry. Gotta go.
This rock is curling big time.
Weight's pretty good. Long down. Oh. Yep.
Oh.
Well, they won't be removing this one cleanly.
Oh, that's a great shot. I don't know whether he can hit it cleanly by the first one without jamming it on that back one.
Call.
In removing or attempting the removal of this Yellowstone, he could take out both of the red rocks at the side and behind it.
3/4. Control. Out. Okay. Control. Okay.
Quebec certainly won't be disappointed to lose the back red one so long as that yellow one gets out of there.
Whoa! Yep! Lost it. Sorry.
Oh boy, a little bit of a break. You heard him say they lost it. They rolled and spun out of the rings, but he hits a little bit more of that rock. He's behind the 4-foot. And fully protected.
All right, bud. Sure that, fine. Come on, this is yeah, dude. Oh, gosh.
Now, Kevin Martin's going to the other side, of course, because the rock at the back, while it's not in the rings, there's a possible chance to jam it on the back.
A steal on N3 enabled Quebec to tie this game. Alberta still has last rock here on N4 in a 2-2 stalemate in this semifinal battle.
Also, by going the other side, you change the shot a bit for Quebec.
Easy, guys.
Careful.
Oh, easy.
You're Kevin Martin saying easy.
Oh, gotta be full throw. Yep.
Ronan Bartlett.
Hard. Oh, it died. Dog.
A lesson I learned many, many years ago is that you leave the weight to the sweepers. Don't call them.
Hit some frost, yes. Okay, you had lots of weight.
Yeah.
He just dug right in. The reason they wanted it back because it's high in front of the tee line now. For Quebec, if they hit a half a rock, they'll roll behind cover.
What?
The deeper end of the house, the back of the house, very difficult to roll behind cover.
Well, Lemry was attempting to roll behind cover from the play he made in the stones on the other side with his first shot. He has an opportunity for redemption here if he can hit and roll coming from the other side.
Yep. Easy. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Had a lot of weight and is running very, very straight. As a matter of fact, he took a little bit of a jump back.
Okay.
He's going to be hard pressed to get a piece of this. He just got a corner of it.
Okay.
Boy, that rock took a long time in coming over. He might have just given it a little bit of outward motion. And any time that you're releasing the curling rock and you give it a little outward motion, it'll run very, very straight for a long, long time and hopefully curl at the end.
I think you're right, Don. I mean, in the first end, he fanned that exact out-turn hit. And this is now going the other way, but the same out-turn hit. And he might just set it out at the end.
On takeouts, you cannot afford to be wide. You're wide, you're toast. The rock will run very, very straight. Inside, at least the brush has got a chance to hold it up. Outside, they don't have a chance.
The hand, Kevin.
Yeah. We might get in the frost. Hang on.
Off the line.
Well, I don't care about
Not
line.
too far.
Back 12 is what we want. Very nice.
Don Walchuk delivers to the back of the 12. Alberta lies 2.
I didn't die up like the first one, eh?
Perfect spot.
Good shot. Tough roll from there.
Yeah.
Don Walchuk is a man of very few words most times at the curling ice.
Let's just curling do the talking, really. And you heard Kevin Martin say, well, it's pretty tough to roll off that one. That's why the first rock that Walchuk threw up high in front of the tee line was dangerous.
I just don't want to. No problem. You know, still early. Still early. Control. Yeah, I think that's the only reason she didn't go. Pretty sure, anyway. Better. Right? Get! Hard.
Boy, they had him go hard on this one. It looked like he turned that one in a bit.
Oh. Yep. Man. Oh, damn it.
He was concerned at the finish about a possible jam, but he was able to drive it past the red stone cleanly.
I don't know.
Now, do you consolidate your two, go to the same side, Colleen, or do you pull around the center one and go for three?
Just like, come on.
It's a hard one to come around. You could come around on the out-turn side, but to come around on the in-turn, coming around a rock on the 8-foot, it's a tough shot. And if you slip behind the tee, you get Quebec out of the end because they can follow you in and freeze to you. So I think the open side, get your two, go back two up again.
Absolutely. You want control of the game. You're going to have a 2-point lead. If you're surmising you score 2 here, and you've scored in the even end. So you've accomplished your job of getting 2 points with last rock, and that's what you want to do.
Easy. Wow, off then.
Boy, it comes
close.
A lot of weight here.
Wow.
He's going to stop in time.
Yep, hard.
No.
Hard.
Oh, he slides right through.
Oh, boy.
I think Kevin's thinking a lot about the frost line. You can see the frost line creeping in around the edge of the 12-foots right down the side of the sheets, but
I think he was fooled by Sean Broda's draw down there. Like he said, it really dug in, hung up in front of the tee line,
The last two slid very, very well.
It's all right. Well, yeah. Man. Leave it.
Hey? Like that. It's too easy.
Yeah, if it's warm, get off it.
Right?
Yeah.
C'est bon? I think that's enough ice.
Moi, je vais le là-dedans, il doit forcer à prendre.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not bad, huh?
No, for sure not bad.
Colleen, your remark about coming with the outturn side, obviously Donald Westphal thinks exactly the same way. There's a lot more room to come around the guard and get buried. Coming the in-turn side, it's very
So even if we're back four, I don't, you know, make him take his one.
You might play it.
Play what? Oh, let him play it. Sure. I don't think he will.
You don't like that tree stake out at all?
Yeah. Well, we're going to be top 12 and half in. Let's go back there.
That's right. He could.
Yeah, that's not hell.
He could play the race take, but I don't
ice?
think the rocks would be in the 12th, but that's not much help to him.
Okay.
Well, I really think Pierre's rock on his second rock of the end over-curled just too much and has taken away that bump for Don. So
that's
he's
why
got to go to this outturn.
You know, there's a prime example why you have to put the rock in the correct spot. By pulling over too much, they can't do anything with those two front ones.
Yeah.
And he's forced for this draw.
Oh, lots of room.
Need it. Okay.
Braid deep, yep.
Mine.
Come on, braid deep.
Lots of room.
Mine.
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 Never made a move at all. Never finished for
Just
him.
in curl. Too much ice. All right. In. Punk early. Go, Josh.
So Kevin Martin has a chance to get his two of the final stone of the fourth.
You can see it's wide open. The only thing Kevin Martin cannot do here, of course, is give the rock the outward motion so that it runs very, very straight. Of course, conversely, he can't turn it inside and wreck on the guard. This is a fairly simple shot, just hack most. Doesn't want to overthrow it. Hack, you hear him say. You watch when he lets it go.
He really has such a nice release of the curling zone as well.
Very smooth.
Yep. Whoa. Hard. Yep. Hard. Hard.
They're worried about it curling too much.
Real hard. Hard. Real hard. Real hard, guys. Come on. Real hard. 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 They're off. Right up. Right up. Right up.
Oh, good sweeping again.
Good sweeping is right. I'll tell you what, Kevin Martin didn't make that shot. The front end did, because they brushed it all the way.
Well, it's a team game, and Team Alberta leads Quebec by 2 after 4.
Okay, gang, it's a race to Tim Hortons. And the last team there buys the soup. Go!
At Tim Hortons, we're very proud to be the official sponsor of Canada's 3 national cycling teams. Of course, we're just as proud to be able to serve them and you a nourishing bowl of soup with a tea biscuit for only $2.29. And you could win a trip to join our cycling teams in Atlanta.
So who's fine today, guys? Same as always.
Man, we gotta stop going in circles.
Let me give you Frank's #1 rule. Never argue with a guy holding a meat cleaver. You don't have to believe me, but I say no other brand of sandwich meat tastes as good as Maple Leaf flakes of ham. I say Maple Leaf trim their meat as carefully as I do. 100% cured ham. I say you can trust the taste of Maple Leaf. I say Maple Leaf is a cut above. You can argue with me, but I don't think you should.
According to Frank, Maple Leaf is a cut above.
A 1996 Ford Contour GL worth nearly $23,000 went to the winner of this week's Ford Hot Shots here in Kamloops. The skills competition open to all competitors here at the Labatt Brier in BC. 6 shots for a total of 30 possible points, and it came down to a battle between 2 leads, Rick Perron of New Brunswick and this man, Don Bartlett of Alberta. Perron leading by 2 as Bartlett threw his last one, looking for the double, and he also had to hold the shooter. He got the 2, but the shooter would spin out, giving the beautiful 1996 Ford Contour GL to Rick Perron, who will now drive home to Moncton. For finishing second, Don Bartlett receives 2 Canadian Airlines tickets to anywhere they fly, while third place, Dan Lemery of Quebec rings up a Nokia cellular phone. They are the Hot Shots here in Kamloops.
Karcher pressure washers. Blast away dirt and grime fast from your car, boat, patio furniture, bikes, your deck, barbecue, eaves troughs, and recreational vehicles. Just about anything. Karcher, the fast and easy way to handle any tough cleaning job.
Bedwetting. Is it a problem?
Other people knew about it, they probably teased me.
We wouldn't be charging those prices if
Is there a cure, and at what price?
$1,900 for a fair amount of garbage.
Marketplace, Tuesday at 7:30. Concealed war criminal.
The Canadian government knew exactly what was happening.
Radislav Gruicic was an anti-communist informant hired by the RCMP.
I don't think that he did anything this way.
Ottawa waited 34 years to prosecute. The Fifth Estate, Tuesday.
We're playing the fifth hand of the semifinal in the 1996 Labatt Brier at the Riverside Coliseum in Kamloops. I'm Don Whitman, along with Don Duguid and Colleen Jones and our entire CBC crew as we continue this season of champions that will conclude with the World Championships in Hamilton.
Keep swearing all the time.
That whole last end set up by that great come around by Don Bartlett, setting up the deuce for Alberta.
Come on, pull it in, come on. Right up, come on, right up.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe. It seems good out of your hand, and then 10, 15 feet of your hand, it just seems to...
They'd really like to have that Alberta rock right in the forefoot, because now when Pierre Charette throws up a corner guard, they can't remove it because it'll be in the free guard zone.
Well, Quebec has been fighting from behind from the outset.
Let him move a bit. Let him move a bit.
Watching Alberta score two in the opening end with last rock. There was a time against Alberta before the free guard zone, and particularly against a rink like Kevin Martin. If you fell behind by 2 in the first end, you were in big trouble because they would just run everything.
Well, they're such a good, strong hitting team that they feel 2 points ahead is enough to carry them through and win the game. But the free guard zone has changed all that. Now for Bartlett, he's going to try and play the same shot, maybe bump his one back into the 4-foot area.
Not bad.
Wow. And there's more chance of Quebec hitting and rolling out, trying to play a double, and that way maybe Martin will be able to get after that corner guard.
It's a little tap.
Alberta again
Look good to me.
2.
That. Want to throw like this? No more hack?
Yeah, you can almost...
You know? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Want to go that way?
No, like that.
All right.
See, they're really not concerned about the shot rock here, Quebec. This is an interesting call because he's playing the high one and hoping maybe just to hit half a rock and roll behind the cover, and that's the key with the corner guard, getting in behind it.
Yep. Oh, yep.
You know, they could try and accomplish hitting the one in the 8-foot rolling behind the corner guard, but they want this type of shot. The roll is the big thing.
Yes, yes. Oh.
Shot. Shot up. Oh, boy. Beauty.
That's about as well as you can do. You see that he's not concerned who shot. He's more concerned to getting his rocks in behind the corner guard. Kevin Martin knows that, so what do you think he's going to do? He's going to run off the corner guard because potentially that's a dangerous rock for him. They hit this on the nose, Quebec will go around it again. That's the danger rock, and that's why Kevin Martin is running it off.
Yep. That task assigned second Sean Broda.
Okay.
Now, potentially, if they exchange rocks for the whole end, Quebec's going to score 2 and get back in this game.
That.
Freeze in the back, no?
Yeah. Do that. Okay? Like bump.
For Alberta to get out of this game, of course, this particular end, and have Quebec only score 1, they need a rollout.
Whoa!
This is a spot where it hung in the first end, and they fanned totally.
No.
He's got a nice quiet weight, and that's what's going to save them. And that's exactly what happened.
Okay.
Quebec now lies 2. Quebec, second, Lou Buron talked about how this team was put together this year and really concentrated on doing well to gain experience. They went to Cashfields and curled against some of the best in the game. And they came to the Brier in Kamloops very confident of their abilities to make the playoffs.
Oh! Hard! Oh!
Nice shot, Sean. That's a beautiful curling shot by Sean Broda. And the reason for it is now that if Quebec hits it on the nose, there's a double setup, and Alberta could get out of this end.
I want the Reds.
For Quebec, of course, they want separation now.
Same weight. Bump.
Huron just confirming with skip Don Westphal as to the weight.
Clean.
I thought another thing that makes this Quebec team so successful is mechanically they're very sound. They have beautiful curling deliveries.
Hard! Hard!
You want to get some roll.
Roll it hard. Roll it hard. Roll it hard. Okay.
Well, that again is a nice curling shot.
You talked about the deliveries of the Quebec team. When putting together a team, you look for players who all throw much the same way?
Much the same way, in behind the rock. Doesn't necessarily have to be smooth, but they have to be directly in behind the rock. And the big thing in curling is you must have a nice release. You can never afford to fool with the curling rock. No turning it in, turning it out, and everything else. It has to flow out of your hand. You watch Walchuk here. Looks very awkward coming out, but look at that rock come out of his hand. No movement to his hand at all. Flows out of his hand.
Came very close to getting both those red stones. Got just the one.
Brutal.
Quebec has shot rock.
Hey? It's too wide.
It's amazing when you release the rock how you know whether you're wide or narrow. When you heard Walchuk say there, I was wide.
I'm a watch that for you, see? I'll just get a yard. What else you want? What else? What else?
I'll go 4.5, do we?
That's good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go back there with this rock. I really wouldn't. I would go to the open side on the tee line. And the reason I don't go back there, because if you freeze to that rock and then Martin's going to run the two of them, there's a chance that he could drive it on and spill them all.
Right back, hey guys?
I agree, Don. I think you've got to go open here.
Right back, yep. Right back, yep.
You're curling into the area where your shot rock is. And to me, that's dangerous.
Right back.
Especially against Martin.
Well, leave it then. Leave it here then. Just bite her. Just bite her. If he plays it, he might go this way.
There's an opportunity now for Kevin Martin to hit and roll off the shot stone.
Plus the weight that is beyond that.
Well, he could pay the double, but I think Kevin Martin is just going to try and hit half, three-quarters of a rock here and roll in behind cover. Then the only shot for Quebec is raised takeout. And it'll all be lined up, so anything can happen. One on the left of center, the one at the back of the 12-foot, and this one that Walchuk's throwing.
Right. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Wow. Close. Wow. Close. Right on.
Rolled just a little too far.
Throw it on.
A little bit too much roll, maybe about 2.5 feet.
Right. Brutal. Just brutal. And then bump. Bump. Full turn. Bump.
Curlers can often be their own most severe critics, and Don Walchuk is not at all happy with the way he has played his two stones on this fifth end.
Well, when you play strong all week, make all kinds of doubles and hits and rolls and everything else, and you got a fairly simple hit and just a little bit of a roll, and you roll too far. He was making those all week, and today it's not happening for him.
He played 86% for the week. I think he had 4 games in the 90s. So anything in the 70s is not what he's accustomed to at all.
No.
They want to hit it on the nose.
No. You have to wait just a bit. I think Danny's our hair straighter. I think so. We can wait a bit on his. C'est tiens, sans plus de dette, ça c'est sûr. Ah ouais. Aucun doute. Définitivement. Aucun doute.
Okay. Huh? Sure.
He's got to keep us from getting a double in.
You want to play it thin this way?
I'd prefer it.
I like this better then.
Oh, yeah, but okay. Don't matter to me. Either one. That's fairly thin. I don't like this because, of course, it goes off that and right onto ours.
All right. Well, that's the way I was thinking.
Good call, Kevin.
Okay. Let's make the roll in.
That's the danger of playing that
No,
front
his hit
rock.
isn't bad. It could give us a pretty easy one next time.
Yeah.
See, he's playing for the next shot, too, even if he hits it on the nose. This is what they call a percentage curling shot, because if he hits it correctly, gets the inside roll, then Quebec's going to have to play a straight back, and they'll both be together to make a double. Even if he hits it on the nose, Quebec hits it on the nose, his next shot will be closer for a double, closer together.
Whoa! Whoa, right off.
Whoa. Well.
He was looking to get an inside roll, but he got the stone on the outside. It didn't curl.
Boy, that
nearly as
tracked
much.
back. Same as his draw did last time.
The numbers for the skips aren't great in this semifinal game, neither Westphal or Martin.
Spot, eh? His draw got stuck in last time.
Have numbers that they're particularly happy with.
All right. Yeah, I think it's safer. I don't think it's going to freeze on the back one. Really do?
They don't quite have the right weight.
Oh, I like that. I think it's safer to go to that side.
That's right, and this is where you go. You put it right there, as opposed to going in here, and then you maybe give Alberta the run back. I think you got to go over to the right-hand side.
Well, even back eight's good. Whatever. It's up to you guys. Yeah, back eight.
You don't want to leave
T-line's good
it
too,
in front
though.
of the T-line. Even the T-line is dangerous for Westphal, because if he hits it on the T-line,
still good, eh?
Alberta could hit and roll in behind cover. So I think you have to be past the T-line in this case.
All yours. Take a look. Take a look. Take a look. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Bring her deep. Deep.
Deep is right. They don't want it in front of that T-line. They have to go hard on it. Pretty good shot. But it's still on the high side. It has to be deeper.
Getting a bit frosty, I think, eh? It's jamming.
Both skips have referred to the frost that is building up. What causes that?
What?
The humidity in the building, Don.
No.
The more humid it is, you get a frost build up on the ice. And it starts out on the edges and then kind of works its way into the center.
And to keep track of how the frost builds up or any problems that may be developing with the ice, they have gone into the computer age in ice making, and they have all the information.
Now that pole goes right into the ice.
Being fed into a computer, and they monitor that computer very closely to see what adjustments have to be made.
Well, any drastic change in ice temperature, they'll have to either turn up the plant or turn it down.
Double.
So that's why they monitor it so very closely.
Yeah, it's a long roll. Let's try the double.
Look.
Yeah, I don't like the chances of making that roll.
Well, he's famous for these
like
shots.
the chances of making this either.
Well, I tell you, I'd like to bet my money on him making this one.
Yep. Hard. 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 Real hard. Right
Is he going to get the double? He's going to be close. One. Oh, he nudged the other red stone, but not enough to remove it. And Quebec still lies one, and now is a chance to tie the game with the final stone of Don Westphal.
Now, he had to hit that rock just a fraction thinner. He makes a perfect double. And the thing about it for Alberta is they keep on letting Quebec get back into this game.
That'd be a bit too thin. Whoa. Why? You put it in a bit. Why, I don't blame him. Same weight or what? Okay. Same thing? Same weight?
The last time Westphal played the draw, the moment he let it go, he said to the front end, "It's yours, guys," and I'm sure it'll be the same with this stone.
Well, what he has to be careful on, he's going to the outside of the sheet from the inside out. Now he's going from the outside in towards the fat part of the rings, which is really the way you should draw.
Easy.
But it might be a little bit quicker down there, but I'm sure it's not.
Easy. Easy. Go on,
He's got the touch with the final stone of N5. And at the midpoint of this 1996 Labatt Brier semifinal, Alberta and Quebec are all even at 4.
At first glance, this muffler looks like most other mufflers, except for one important feature. Only UAP Napa mufflers meet the top quality standards of UAP Napa. UAP Napa, the right brand for the job.
Available at AutoPro and UAP Napa member installer.
My dream house would be a big house with stairs that go like this and with a big chandelier. There would be a humongous horse. I'd have the main floor, and I would have a room for my pets. Rusty. His name is Rusty.
To see how you can be home free faster, get expert help, the right plan, and guaranteed competitive rates, see your CIBC personal banker or call now.
1,000 times bigger than this.
At CIBC, we're working to see what you see.
Static can make you feel like everyone's watching.
Hey, I'm walking. Yes, indeed, I'm walking.
So walk away. Don't let static stop you. Fight back.
Yeah, I'm walking.
Ultrabus, the static stopper, penetrates the fabric both inside and out to help control static.
That's what I say.
Get Ultrabounce, the static stopper, and walk away from static.
Ooh, I'm walking.
There are cuts being made to our country's healthcare system. And the fact is, you're going to have to take better care of yourself. HealthWatch is one way to do it. HealthWatch is a number of services we're offering that can help you look after yourself and your family at no extra cost. You'll hear more about it over the next few months. And when you do, listen to what's being said, because it's important and it can help.
We're not quite sure what to call it, but everyone seems to have it. The desire to go somewhere, the urge to do something. Bell Mobility salutes the spirit in all of us that makes us want to move. Where you want to go is your business. Letting you go with confidence is ours, because gravity should be the only thing holding you down. The only way to go, Bell Mobility.
At first glance, this set of brakes looks like most other brakes, except for one important feature. Only UAP Napa brakes meet the top quality standards of UAP Napa. UAP Napa, the right brand for the job.
Available at AutoPro and UAP Napa member installer.
Welcome back to the Riverside Coliseum in Kamloops, British Columbia for Labatt Brier semifinal action. Quebec and Alberta all even at 2 apiece after 5 ends. Scoring recap for Alberta, they scored their deuce in the opening end and a deuce in the 4th end. Kevin Martin joins me now. Kevin, every time it seems like you get the upper hand, and Quebec comes right back on you.
Yeah, they're playing us tough, no question. I hate to give that deuce right back to them in 5, but what do you do? They made every shot.
Talking a lot about frost at times. Is the frost creeping in, or you know, you seem to have trouble with your one of your draws coming this way?
Well, it went a little deep, but it's not too bad today. Last night it got really bad, and I think they're keeping it under control pretty good. A couple of the rocks have done a little bit different stuff, but not bad. Nothing too bad yet today.
Don Walchuk always throwing so well, but he sounds a little frustrated as well.
Yeah, it's a little different today than what we're used to. It's I don't know, it's a little straighter away from center, and then, of course, Quebec's flashed a couple away from center as well. It had a lot of curl all week, but I guess because of the huge crowd and everything, it's a lot straighter.
Let's talk about strategy in the 6th end. You with the hammer and even. What's going to happen now?
Oh, we'll hopefully get 2 back again. You know, we've got to keep after them. We can't afford to. These guys love to draw a game, and when we get brick, we better make use of it.
All right, well, you usually do, Kevin. Good luck the rest of the way. Right now, we're going upstairs to the booth for Don and their thoughts on the game.
All even at 4 after 5 ends of play, and Colleen made a very valid point. It looks as though Alberta has control, but Quebec comes right back, fighting right back to get into a tie at the midpoint.
Well, that's what kind of team they are. They like to stay close, and as a matter of fact, at the end, I heard Westphal say, way to hang in there, you guys. And that's exactly what they're doing, hanging in there. They're a very aggressive team, and you heard Kevin say they like to draw, and that could prove very difficult for Kevin.
Well, it's a 4-4 tie in this Labatt Brier semifinal between Don Westphal of Quebec and Kevin Martin of Alberta. Let's rejoin Colleen.
Well, here's how Westphal has scored his points in this game. Got a single in the second, stole a big point in the third end, and then scored a deuce in the fifth to tie things up. Every time it looks like Alberta's gotten the 2-point lead to take control, you guys just fight right back.
Yeah, we gave him a little bit, not an easy 2 in the first, but I think Danny has one rock that runs a little straighter. And the first end, I gave him about 4 inches ice and just ran by. He threw pretty decent. That was my fault. And we got a good steal in the third. That was a big steal. Kevin tried the shot. I thought it was jamming all the way myself, so I said it worked out. It did. And then on my draw, when we gave him another 2, I think the come around was a shot. I just had too much ice and left it wide open.
It just hung for you the whole way.
That's my fault. I just had a bit too much ice.
Looked like his might overcurl when he was playing the tap back there for the deuce.
Yeah, actually, I thought it might. He threw it well. It just came up, and mine stayed straight, so happens.
Now, what do you do the rest of the way?
Same thing. Put the guard up. He comes around, we freeze, and away we go.
All right, good luck the rest of the way, Don.
Thanks,
Don Westphal in Alberta, even at 4 here after 5 ends. Back upstairs to Don and Don.
Yes, a 4-4 tie, and there are people who probably are a little surprised at what they're witnessing because of the rather easy way that Alberta handled Quebec in the round robin.
Well, that's right, and that was the key for Westphal, is that they have to stay close to Martin, and anything can happen with a free guard zone. They're making some great draw. Ice is getting a little bit straighter, too, so it's going to make drawing difficult, so I would think that Westphal will continue that way.
And during this fifth end break here in the Riverside Coliseum, Shorty Jenkins has had the exhaust fans turned on to remove some of the humidity from the building.
Well, we had the lights turned off, for about an hour before the game started, so to cool the building off. But you're right, humidity is a problem in this building, and when you get humidity, you get frost buildup, rocks run straighter, and it gets a little heavier.
4-4 tie in the semifinal. Now back to Colleen.
The district playoff was held.
Thanks, Don. All even at 4 apiece after 5 ends. Quebec and Alberta. A lot more on the line than just the Labatt Brier. For the winner of the Brier, there's a spot at the Olympic qualifying tournament that'll be held in '97 in Brandon. We'll have that story after the break.
Look, I invented something amazing. 2,000 flushes, blue plus bleach. Powerful blue detergent plus stain-fighting chlorine bleach. 2 cleans in 1 for up to 4 months. 2,000 flushes, blue plus bleach. 2 cleans in 1.
A little while ago, I had bad heartburn. Stomach acid was splashing up into my chest and burning like you would not believe. So I took Gaviscon. It starts to work in seconds by soothing the burning. Then, unlike regular antacids like Maalox and Diabol, it forms a barrier that helps stop acid from splashing up and burning again. Kind of like this one. So, if you have bad heartburn, take Gaviscon. It puts a barrier between you and heartburn.
Extreme cold. It can change the state of your motor oil, causing it to flow too slowly, keeping it from reaching vital engine parts in time. Fortunately, there's Quaker State motor oil, proven to exceed the highest standards car makers have established for engine protection. Quaker State. What's the state of your motor oil when you're out in the cold? Quaker State exceeds the highest standards for engine protection.
Aha. Oh, hi. I'm using this ordinary telescope to take a look at auto repairs. My hunch is we're going to see something kind of interesting here, and look, there it is right now. At some places, you're not allowed to see what's going on with your car. However, at Midas, things are completely different. Look at this. They take you under the car. They let you see just what needs fixing and what can wait. You're in the loop, I tell you. Midas, the way it should be.
We make maple leaf wieners for Courtney, who will only eat Mr. Broccoli if he hasn't touched Mr. Gravy. We make maple leaf wieners for Tim, who says peas explode in his mouth. And for Caitlin, whose scrambled eggs must be shaped like little bugs. Maple leaf wieners have a taste made especially for kids. For Kenny, who won't eat anything with sauce, and Jason, who won't eat anything without sauce, there will always be maple leaf.
Look, I invented something amazing. 2,000 flushes, blue plus bleach. Powerful blue detergent plus stain-fighting chlorine bleach. 2 cleans in 1 for up to 4 months. 2,000 flushes, blue plus bleach. 2 cleans in 1.
Olympic full medal status for curling peaks in '98. But Canada's men at Albertville for the '92 demonstration were skipped by '91 Labatt Brier winner Kevin Martin, a supporter of the new Olympic selection process.
I like the way they're doing it. I'm not sure about, I don't know how they're doing the playoff structure after the round robin. I hope it's best 2 to 3 or best 3 to 5 games. I hope it's not a sudden death game. But I do like the idea of getting the way they're doing it with Bonspiel wins and tour money and Brier wins, and they're bringing all aspects of the game in as to how you select the 10 top teams in your country.
The best of 3 showdown between '94 and '95 Labatt Brier winners Rick Folk and Kerry Burtnick proved to be emotionally draining.
We were playing Rick for the Olympic berth right at the moment that the game ended. I think it was almost a little bit of a sense of relief for me as well as joy, because I was more nervous for those 2 games than I was, I think, even in the Worlds and the Brier, and it was just an enormous relief and a great deal of happiness.
Brandon has hosted the Scott and the Ford Worlds, and in November of '97, it stages the Olympic playoffs.
The other 2 winners will come from the '96 and '97 Brier champions. They will be placed. So that will give you 3 champions who will be in the final group of 10. 4 teams will come from regional qualification events, which will be held across the country in the fall of 1996. They will be Kelowna, Ottawa, Halifax, and Saskatoon. Winners of those 4 events will also qualify for the final group of 10. The final 3 berths come from the World Curling Tour. 1 berth has already been secured by this year's tour winner, Wayne Middaugh, and the final 2 berths will be declared from the next year's 1996 World Tour by the World Curling Tour itself.
It's a nice consolation, that's for sure, and I think what we've done this year is we've played great when we needed to, and you know, we've been in 11 or 12 finals this year, and we've won 8 of them, and so if I had to pick 3 finals that I was going to lose, it'd be pretty tough to do, because I don't want to give up my Olympic berth, and I kind of like winning the skins game, and you know, we didn't get to the provincials, and you know, didn't get to the Brier, but you know, sometimes you can't always have everything.
A chance at Nagano awaits the winner of this Labatt Brier, making it even more than a battle for the coveted tankard.
I'd love to go back to another Olympics. That'd be great, especially now that it is full medal status. I think it would mean a lot, maybe not now, but 20 years from now, to me, to be able to win an Olympic medal. It would mean a lot to me personally.
The Brier winner gets a tankard, a shot at the world title and Olympic trial spot. We're all even at 4 after 5 between Quebec and Alberta. We'll be back with more after this.
Many traits combine to make a good curler: creativity, innovation, and dedication. I'm Russ Howard, and throughout this series, I'd like to share with you a few of the tips that have helped make me successful. The beauty of the flat foot slide delivery is you're 36 feet closer to your target, assuming you can slide straight. Take your time, look around, find yourself a pair of shoes that'll do the job. You have to be able to slide dead straight all the time. The flat foot slide delivery is crucial for proper balance. It really seems simple, but give this drill a try. 90% of the curlers have a heck of a time sliding straight down the center line. Many of the greatest curlers in the world have used the tuck delivery for years. The tuck delivery is very, very tough on the knee. In my books, I'd like to see you slide with a flat foot slide delivery, which creates tremendous balance. For 4 Hot Shots, I'm Russ Howard.
Maybe you think only those jet set types need a Nokia cellular phone.
Hi, it's me. Flight's delayed.
Well, now Nokia's making cellular phones so easy.
Late. Can I skip my bath?
They're practically child's play.
Attention, Flight 11 is delayed.
Can I call you back?
With Nokia's big, easy-to-read screens, last number redial, and sleek designs.
No, don't hold dinner. I'm eating my body weight in hot dogs. No, wait up. You gotta tuck me in.
So get set to join the jet set. Nokia, Europe's leading cellular phone, also made in America, connecting people. Dog owners, now you can have a trained, well-behaved dog. One that goes where you want him to go. Comes when you call him. Sits, heels, and responds with a noticeable difference after just one lesson. Guaranteed. It's David Dykman's Command Performance Dog Training System. Command Performance comes with 2 full-length videos, 10 easy-to-follow field cards, a 15-foot professional training lead, and David Dykman's Command Performance Owner's Manual.
I'm so convinced my Command Performance system can work with your dog that if you don't see a dramatic difference after just one lesson, simply send it back for a full refund.
The results are astounding. I think that anybody with any dog using this system can have a well-trained dog.
Order now and have the kind of relationship with your dog that you've always wanted.
The first 20 minutes proved to me that it works.
The difference is like night and day. It's just wonderful.
To order Command Performance, send check or money order for $49.95 plus shipping and handling to the address shown. Write or call now.
Welcome back to Labatt Brier semifinal action here on CBC from Kamloops, British Columbia. We are all tied up at 4 apiece after 5 ends between Quebec and Alberta. Every time Alberta gets the upper hand, Quebec fights right back. Waiting in the wings for the winner of this game was Jeff Stoughton. But tonight for you on Hockey Night in Canada, Ottawa, Montreal, Calgary at Toronto for Alberta and Ontario, and then later on at 10:30 Eastern, Colorado at Vancouver. That's Hockey Night in Canada tonight. We're ready for the 6th end of action. Upstairs to Don Whitman and Don Dugan.
And Hockey Night in Canada this evening will have a special farewell to the venerable Montreal Forum, followed by key hockey games both in Montreal and later in Vancouver.
Okay, guys.
Well, that might be quite a relief. Maybe you should check into where she acquired those glasses, Duke. You look good in a pair of glasses. Looking like that.
Might help him sometime on some of the line calls, too.
In the round-robin game between Quebec and Alberta, it only lasted 6 ends. Alberta scored 3 in the 3rd, 3 more in the 5th. And it was all over after 6. So this is a different game between these 2 provinces, these 2 teams, Kevin Martin and Don Westphal, as we get set for the 6th end.
Same deal. Fight. No.
The winner will play Jeff Stoughton of Manitoba in the final tomorrow afternoon, and we'll have it for you on CBC television. Of course, Martin would like another shot at Jeff Stoughton. That's one of the advantages of the Page system, is that the 1st and 2nd place teams play off, and the loser does get a second chance. But there's a feeling among some curlers that the team that finishes 1st in round-robin play should get a bye into the final.
Well, you talked to Kevin Martin about that. He likes that idea. And I said to him, you know, well, Kevin, conceivably you could be finished on Thursday. That means you sit around Friday, Saturday, and don't play till Sunday. He says, I don't care. He says, I would like the bye to the final, a one-shot deal. So he's in favor of it. I think Jeff Stoughton would be in favor of it. And I think if you ask most of the curlers, winning the round robin is very difficult. It's a pressure-packed week, and you should get rewarded.
Hurry. Lots of it would always be a tragedy if the #1 team didn't wind up in the final, too.
Room. Lots of weight. Whoa. Stay close. Yep. Room.
Especially if a team goes undefeated through the round.
Let her die.
Once again, Bartlett making these come around so well.
Well, Don Walchuk was a member of the team, the last team to go undefeated in Brier play, and that was when he played with Pat Ryan.
Tight. Yep. Tight. Yep. Hard.
You hear Don Westphal yelling to his front end. Tight.
Yep. Bump this one. Bump it. Gotta bump it.
It looks like Charette is all over this guard.
Bump it.
He's quiet, too light, and tight.
Okay, Duff. Just a hair tight. All right.
This end is beginning to look a lot like the 4th end, where Alberta scored a pair with Don Bartlett's first stone sitting in an almost identical position.
I like going to the side.
The only difference now is Kevin Martin is asking Don Bartlett to come into the 4-foot area. As opposed to the last end, he played it to the corner. Of course, the key once again for Bartlett is to make sure that he's in front of the tee line.
Needs to wait.
Room.
Lots of room, Don.
Room. Whoa.
Short.
You hear him yelling short, short, which means he may be short of the rings with this one. That rock is not finishing at all. It's staying very, very straight.
Reminiscent of Don Westphal's
Yes.
draw going this exact
You
same
like
way.
going
We're
inside?
just kind of...
Hey?
You like going inside?
We got a lot of room to roll to now.
Yeah.
Or that.
And you hear
Not bad.
Walchuk yelling back to
Like
Kevin
that.
Martin, you didn't want to go to the side, and he said, well, I got a little more
Control.
room here. And
Control, Lou.
that's why he was going in around the center guards. It's
play it
actually a
double.
gamble
Or normal.
on Martin's part going around the center guards because he has the advantage of last rock. He likes to play over in the corner because he can see how congested it is already in the 4-foot area. 4 rocks played, 4 rocks covering the 4-foot.
Well, this Alberta rock out front is a danger rock. I do like the he almost made the double, but I like that almost straight back of the red rock straight onto the yellow.
Well, that's the advantage of not having last rock. When you got 2 out in front, you can play the circus shot. Now Kevin is switched. He's going to go to the open side. And I think the reason he's doing this is because I think he feels he cannot draw around those guards because it runs so very, very straight down there. There's no movement to it until the rock till the very end, and it's tough to bury.
Hurry. Hurry, hurry.
Good spot for Sean.
That's a beautiful shot by Sean Rhoda. Looks fairly simple, but let me tell you, you have to put it in that area. You cannot afford to hang it high where they can roll off it. So that's a good shot.
Now Westphal is calling on Buron to come around with the out turn.
Whoa, whoa, close, yep, whoa, close, whoa.
Looking at that stone just delivered by Broda.
Oh, okay,
doesn't get the roll that he was looking for.
Okay.
Well, it's tough to roll the back of the house. It's easier to roll from the front of the house, mind you. Now for Broda, he has exactly the same shot. That rock is slightly over, maybe 3 inches. But look at the ice Kevin is giving. He's giving it about 2 feet. So you can see how straight it runs.
He's then shaping in just exactly like the 4th end now.
Lots of weight.
Okay, lots of room. Wall.
We're playing the freezes over to this side.
Hurry. He's good. Hurry. Line. Hurry. Hard, right up.
They like to freeze it flush.
Hurry, right up. Hard. Whoa.
Like that?
Oh, that's a beauty. That's a good rock. But then again, the rock is another 15 inches further up, so it's a little better chance for Quebec to hit and roll to the inside.
Control.
Is the freeze the most difficult shot?
Normal.
Well, the reason it's so difficult is because the rock is curling very rapidly as the rock slows down. So to freeze it flush is very, very difficult. That's why you get a lot of corner freezes that are coming across the face of it.
Yep.
That's why it's great communication between the watcher of the line, which is normally the skip, and the brushers.
Nose down, whoa. Right up, right up. Whoa, whoa. I am. Shot. What? I know, but I was yelling yes for the nose.
Now Quebec has the shot stone.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If they couldn't get the perfect roll, that's just as good.
Oh, absolutely.
A little tap.
It's one thing about frozen rocks, you know, when they're together like that, there's no question you're going to jam it, and you're going to be in front of it and shot rock. So for Don Walchuk here, he can afford to throw back ring weight and still have 2 frozen together, and he'll end up line 1. I don't think he can be line 1, 2, because he's just going to jam it on that one at the back, and I don't think it'll take that one at the top of the 8-foot away.
Lot of weight.
Whoa, 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 whoa. No. No. Link's good. No. 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 Right off. Right off. Right off.
You don't want to touch it and roll to the open. Good shot. Once again, those rocks are getting higher into the front of the house, so the easier chance for Quebec to hit and roll. Of course, you don't want to hit it coming across the face of it and jam it onto your own and spin theirs. Theirs being Alberta in behind the guards. So if he comes across the face of it, his shooter may roll out, and the other rock will get a lot of action off the one it's frozen to and spin in behind the guards.
So does he basically need a nose hit on that
He needs a nose hit or the high side. If he gets a nose hit, he'll be lying shot rock. His other red one will stay because it'll jam out the back one belonging to Alberta.
Yep. Yep. Hooray. Yep. Hard. Yep. Yep. Right up. Hard. Whoa.
He is going to remove the 2 yellow stones. Excellent shot by Dan Lamry.
I kind of like the intern.
Shot. Good shot. Well, you hit and roll, mate. No, it's supposed to fight him. Right? No, it's not that. No, it's sure. Good shot.
Good chance here for Alberta now. Walchuk hit a half a rock. He'll spin right in behind cover. And then Quebec will have to look at either playing a cold draw around those guards or the raised takeout on the 2 that he has in front. Big shot here for Alberta. Get the roll, there's a good chance it could score 3.
Close. Wow.
Oh, is that good?
He's got the roll behind cover. Alberta lies 2.
Just rolled a fraction, maybe a half a rock too far. It's just sticking out on the intern side. But that's the beauty for Alberta, is the fact that now they're changing the shot for Quebec.
It's tight. What? I think about there. It's got more curly, I think. Right?
There's been good movement to the ice all week. And while much credit goes to Shorty Jenkins and his ice-making crew, the rocks are also very important. Yes. And these rocks are excellent. The curlers have all talked about how good these stones are. They were brought in from Calgary for the Brier.
Yours went up. Yours came up pretty good.
Well, I'm a firm believer ice conditions are important, but the more important thing is
same weight day. It hasn't changed.
All running surfaces are the same and as sharp as each other. Same running surface, you'll have good ice.
Good. Yep, for line.
Now this rock will run very, very straight once it gets outside the 4 foot.
Yep.
And it'll move big time at the end.
Yep. Hurry, Duff. Hurry. Hurry.
Can they get it by?
Oh, he's by. No. Oh, he just dropped. But I think he was too quiet.
What was that?
He just had 12-foot weight.
Getting frosty. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Oh, la brosse à louer. Blanche. C'est ça, il a dit, oui, t'es parfait.
He just nicked the stone sitting out front. And you heard Don Westphal say that the frost may have been a problem. Now, what does Kevin Martin do?
Well, he has a dilemma. And the dilemma is the rock that Westphal just threw.
Yeah, let's call timeout.
Timeout.
This rock here is potentially very, very dangerous for Alberta.
What do you guys think? Huh?
Because if he leaves it there, there's no question Westphal is going to drive it.
What? Chip off that?
But then you leave him to freeze.
Then you leave him to freeze again.
No need to hit it, I don't think. Because then we leave the freeze, likely. The outturn won't come.
Everybody's into the act here.
That 7's dangerous. You know, he bumps it right. Why don't we just guard the 7? Why don't we just guard the 7?
Absolutely.
Put it right here? No, right here.
Yeah, or right in front of it. He's got no intern hole to do him any good. Let's guard that 7.
Okay.
Now, when he's talking about guarding the 7, the rocks have numbers on them.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, I suppose it's makeable somehow, but this intern bump's easier.
That's right. I talked about this rock being very, very dangerous, and that is the danger rock.
I don't know, at least this forced him to make a good one.
And he's got to worry about Westphal raising that rock, and that's why he's protecting it.
You know? That in-turn bump's too easy. Can't let him have that. He could win the game with that shot.
That's exactly right. Not only that, he's just throwing it so he knows how to react. You never give the opposing skip, or try not to give the opposing skip, the same shot twice in a row.
Martin was the #1 percentage shooter among skips during round-robin play.
No, line's fine. Stigart.
Gotta move. Cannot afford to leave any part of that rock open.
Stigart.
It's gotta move. Finish it hard.
Hurry. Hard. Hard.
Hard.
Hard.
That's pretty good. He's covered the side that gives Quebec the angle. The only shot Quebec has now is the out-turn draw. And you heard Kevin Martin say,
Good
well,
shot.
you can't bury there. It's too straight.
I don't think we could leave that. You know?
No, this is, you know, this will be tougher for him than that, but I mean, this is still makeable. This will come in at the end. You know, it'll stay straight, and it might come in. Top 4 with the angle would be the best right there. That's the best.
The tough part for Westphal, he's throwing the in-turn draw and he was short. Now he's going to the out-turn draw. Is it going to be heavy?
Before. Should be right on.
You're more apt to be heavy when you're light on your first draw.
Hide half, we're not bad. Where was my weight there? Like top 12? I know, but
Well, this is a tough shot for Westphal. I mean, this could be the Brier right here for him. If he makes it and glues it in half around those guards, he's got a great shot.
Almost the back ring normal. Well, I'll leave it with you guys, that's all. Right?
As I mentioned earlier, the difficulty is he's throwing the in-turn draw was short to the rings. Now he's going to the out-turn, a little bit wider up ice.
They have been talking about the frost creeping in, too.
Well, that was his concern with his previous draw. He said he would throw this one to the front end. Can they get it there?
Whoa, Rube! Whoa!
See, it's running very, very straight. He's got good-looking weight, but it's not moving at all.
Right back.
Look at that. The rock never moved an inch from the hog line in. It ran absolutely straight down the line.
So now for Kevin Martin, a shot that could pretty much carry him to the final and a rematch with Jeff Stoughton.
Well, a great call by Kevin Martin on his first one, guarding that raise, because potentially that was a very dangerous rock for him. Forced him out wide, played the wide out turn, the rock hung right there, never moved an inch for him. Because if that rock curls, he stops in the 4 foot. He gets any movement at all to it. But Westphal, it just stayed right there.
A 3-point lead here would be huge, and Martin has the opportunity with the final stone of the 6th end.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just clean.
It's floating, it's floating. Clean.
Just clean it.
You hear him say it's floating.
Whoa, clean, clean. How's the weight? Weight's good. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good.
And Kevin Martin with the final stone of the end comes through. A gentle tap back, and Martin cracks a big 3. It moves into a commanding lead after 6 ends of play. It's Alberta 7 and Quebec 4 with 4 ends remaining.
Let me give you Frank's #1 rule. Never argue with a guy holding a meat cleaver. You don't have to believe me, but I say no other brand of sandwich meat tastes as good as Maple Leaf flakes of ham. I say Maple Leaf trim their meat as carefully as I do. 100% cured ham. I say you can trust the taste of Maple Leaf. I say Maple Leaf is a cut above. You can argue with me, but I don't think you should.
According to Frank, Maple Leaf is a cut above.
When my Joey had diaper rash, I felt like crying too. I wish I'd known about this. Baby Fresh Diaper Rash Prevention. The only brand that helps prevent diaper rash. No other brand lays down an invisible protective barrier that helps block irritating wetness. Plus it's big, thick, and incredibly gentle. And to us, nothing could feel better than that. Baby Fresh Diaper Rash Prevention. Cleans gently, protects gently.
The fact is, all cars are targets for car theft. New cars may have a higher value, but older cars can bring in big cash for their parts. So if you're not using the club, you're inviting a thief to steal your car. Stop. Don't fall prey to car theft. Get the club. Statistics show that the club is over 99% effective in reducing auto theft. Protect your vehicle from theft with the club. Now available in a variety of highly visible colors.
Ford Hot Shots with Russ Howard.
Curling's one of the only games that I know of that starts and ends with a handshake. It's a great sport. Have some fun with it. We really like to try some of these tough shots. I've got a shot here that's through the port. Keep the rock just inside the center line to keep it up high. Try to make a shot with a half a raise onto the yellow one and score a big end for 4. I've got 3 people down there that think I can make it, and that's half the battle. I think curling is the greatest sport in the world. Whether I'm playing in a club game or playing for big bucks, I always go for fun. Attitude is everything in curling. If I miss my last shot, my team is still right in there behind me.
Great shot.
Enjoy the game. It will help make those tough shots a little easier. For Ford Hot Shots, I'm Russ Howard.
Remain in this semifinal game between Quebec and Alberta. The winner will move on to face Manitoba's Jeff Stoughton in tomorrow's final, and we'll have it for you live from the Riverside Coliseum in Kamloops beginning at 2:30 Eastern Time. And it's beginning to look as though it will be a rematch of the playoff battle between 1 and 2 last night. Stoughton over Martin by a score of 6-5.
Well, it's never over till it's over.
And if it is Kevin Martin and Jeff Stoughton, Stoughton must be thinking to himself, can I beat him 3 times? And Martin is saying, I can't lose to this guy 3 times in a row.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it's all right.
And I think the pressure would be on Kevin Martin.
It's all right. It's all right.
There's no question that Jeff Stoughton's got his number this Brier.
Hurry. Hard.
But for Alberta now, they want to play all the rocks in the rings. They got control of the game. They're 3 up. 7-4 playing the 7th end. They have control of the even ends. And I would think the Quebec Donald Westphal will really have to pull out all the stops here. And there's no need to panic. He's got lots of time. Corner guard, get your deuce here. Force Kevin to take 1 in the 8th end. Get your deuce at 9. You're tied up coming home, and then gamble for all you're worth in the last end.
There it goes.
So both teams know what they want to do.
And again, this rock falling into the shaded gray area, which is the free guard zone outside of the ring, so Alberta can't hit that rock. Kevin's only option is to go top 12.
Now, he's 3 up, and you'll see him that he's just asked Don Bartlett to put the rock right up against his other one. If the score was tied, he might play this rock out in front, maybe 2.5 feet. But because he's 3 up, he wants all the rocks in the rings.
The play at Don Bartlett's really been fabulous. He has set up the multiple scores for Alberta. Last end of 3, he played that perfect come around, and same thing in the 4th end. A lovely come around to set it all up.
Let it curl.
Perfect positioning for
Number 2
Bartlett.
just does not quite same. Slides a little better and a little straighter, yeah.
Yes, Bartlett has been the lead man for Kevin Martin since they won the Brier in 1991, finished in the runner-up position in the World Championship that year. They'd love to go back to the scene of their Brier triumph, the Copps Coliseum in Hamilton, and take another shot at the World.
Yep. So now placing those 2 rocks in the house, Quebec cannot afford to leave them there, so they have to make a play on it. If they hit and roll out here with this double, Kevin will run off the corner guard. Beautiful shot.
The shooter rolls behind cover. Alberta still has shot stone, and Kevin Martin wastes no time. He's going after that corner guard.
Well, potentially that is the danger rock. The worst case scenario here for Alberta is that they drive that rock straight back onto the other red one in the house belonging to Quebec. They want to clear this one off and roll their shooter off. And what they're saying to Quebec is, okay, you hit that one in the button, we'll exchange hits. You better not roll out or you're only going to score 1.
Now, Martin would not be at all unhappy giving up 1 or maybe even 2 on this end. because he would come back with last rock advantage on end number 8, still leading in the game.
Like a hack or back, right?
Back ring?
Yeah. Like here, Lou. Just to push that behind that one. Okay? Back ring.
Good call by Donald Westphal. He's just, the key for Quebec here is they have to save their shooters. They cannot afford to hit and roll out. And that's why they're playing kind of down weight. Just back ring weight, moving the rocks around. But the key, saving their shooters.
His hometown, Thurso, Quebec. I've got a question for you. Who else of note comes from Thurso, Quebec?
Guy Lafleur.
You are up on your hockey trivia.
Okay.
How did I know that, Bob?
Okay. All right, Lou, good try.
Mainly because his second cousin, Daniel Lafleur, is the 5th man on this Quebec ring.
True. And the fact that I actually spent some time with Guy Lafleur when I curled in Quebec City.
Half a rock. Half a rock.
You taught him to curl, and he taught you... No, you didn't learn anything about hockey.
No.
All right. All right. Hard.
Well, look at this shot.
Is he going to get both of them? Yes.
That is a first-class curling shot by John Berta. And boy, he's been sneaky good all week. He comes up with a big shot when he has to.
Throw them off. All right.
Now, for Quebec, they have to resort to throwing up another corner guard because their two-ender was just ruined by a great shot by Sean Broda. And they're doing that by throwing up a corner guard, but this one is going to come into the rings or very close to it.
Okay.
Biron didn't want to slip into the rings. He wanted to stay out about halfway between the house and the hog.
Now, if you're a scorer and scoring curling out of 4 points, you would give him 0 points for this shot. Because it's ruined the whole end. If it's out in front, they have to make a play on it. If it's out in front, they may hit it on the nose. But in the rings, it's to the advantage of Alberta. Unless, of course, Walchuk misses it.
Ooh, he just skinned it.
Oh, that was close. Oh.
Hey? Yeah. Especially. Jackpot. Boy, that's... What's that?
It's straight down there.
That is.
Does it appear as though the ice is changing a little as we move along?
You know what? It's a little bit straighter now than it has been throughout the week. You used to get good movement to the corners, but now it's fairly straight.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty hard to tell if it's going to curl when you throw the rock 6-7 second takeout. I mean, that rock is moving. It's going to get very little curling to it if it's fast.
Where is it? Where is it? No. Yeah, well, I don't think it. Yeah, okay, bring it deep. Right back. Okay.
Quebec is now shot.
Well, the reason that was supposed to be a corner guard, and they brought it in to the rings and past the tee line. And the theory is, well, it's not going to be a corner guard. It's not going to help us, so get it behind the tee line. If they hit it on the nose, we'll freeze it.
Hurry! Well, clean. Whoa! Clean's good. Whoa!
Alberta again lies 2 with the takeout by Don Walchuk.
See the danger of playing in the rings for Quebec.
Not much recovery there, eh? That spot.
Yeah, I know.
Is Alberta's quite content to do that.
Sure like to throw that a little better. I don't know.
Didn't throw it bad, I don't think.
Yeah, I thought he threw it better than...
I felt he threw it good, but...
Threw it better than I threw that double that in. That's twice.
He threw the double at one end, I think it was the 5th end, or 3rd end. They almost missed it because he really threw it, and threw it back a bit, and it ran very, very straight.
Yeah, line's good. Oh, easy. Easy. Whoa. Easy. No.
That rock is a long way out.
Yeah, just not curling through, because if they could cozy up to this, they're looking good for their deuce again.
Yep. Come on, get her shot. Get her shot. Okay, good sweep, guys.
Well, the difficulty for Quebec, of course, is you're 3 down, the other team's going to be lying 3. You're putting a lot of pressure on the skip to make his last
Non,
one.
il y a une
It
place
doesn't work out.
J'ai pris une chance, mais pas assez.
Huh? Just be on the safe side, eh?
Yeah.
Be on the safe side. Take ice on the edge of the rock, throw good weight. He's not too concerned whether he hits and stays. Kevin Martin, he'd even like to roll away, maybe.
How many curling shots do you suppose Kevin's wife, Shauna, has watched during the time they've been married?
Lots, and fairly successful ones, I might add.
Just clean. Good shot.
Kevin Martin takes out the Quebec stone cleanly. He still lies too.
Faut que ça... Ça rentre, banane. Hein? Faut que ça rentre. Faut que ça rentre, oui. I don't know. Moi, j'ai donné ça à toi, right?
Là, tu vas prendre quel, là?
Set. I think so. I don't know. Yeah. I say, but I just... Okay. Okay. All right.
Well, looks like Donald Westphal has taken a little bit less ice. And what he has to hope happens here that it runs very straight and doesn't curl too much for him at the very end and pull across the face of that one.
Should pair him up with my 8. No, I've seen that. Yeah.
It's been very difficult on this 7th end for Quebec to get anything going against Alberta. They are growing a little desperate, trailing by 3.
Well, you know, I said at the top of the show that you cannot afford to let Kevin Martin get away from you. He'll kill you with doubles and the takeout game.
Got a curl. No.
See, they just can't get the rock over there. It's running too straight. All right, this is not a very good pass. You have to be in front of that rock, not behind it.
Okay.
Now you put it right on the button and say, okay, you're 3 down, we're lying 3. You better not hit and roll out.
Takes it off, but then you're all right.
Anywhere in that area.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the
As long as we
problems
don't
that
leave it
Quebec
high, it's
faces.
the only thing we can't do.
As this end moved along, they might have abandoned any plans to pick up 2 or 3 and thought, well, we'll blanket and go to the next end and try and get 2 or 3. But the way this end has evolved, the best they can hope for, they have to take one, but they relinquish the hammer.
That's right. And it was all set up by that great double by Sean Broda. I mean, he got him out of the sand. It looked like Quebec was going to score there, too, if they exchanged shots, but a great double by Broda really put Alberta in control.
But Kevin Martin
actually looks heavy,
said to the front end, we have to be careful where we place this rock. We don't want to set up any possible triple.
It's like a lot of weight.
Any time you're 3 up and you're letting the other guy make a triple to score 2, you're in pretty good shape.
It's getting pretty frosty, though.
Looks heavy, yes? Kevin, you're heavy.
22.6 to the button. That is about a second
slower
than what it has been running.
I had to have thrown that 12.
It's getting frostier.
I thought there was a chance it might go through when I threw it.
Sorry, Lou. Even though the freeze I threw that last time, I thought it was heavy. 2 inches. You know, that line's good, we'll call you. No, just a draw, but...
So now Westphal has to be very careful with this final stone of end 7 as he tries to get one. He can't afford to lose his shooter.
Well, the key is that he has to move that rock a little bit. He cannot afford just to come to the face of it.
Easy. That looks like a lot. Okay, go then. Yep.
It appears he may have been momentarily fooled by the ice as well. He thought he had too much.
He's pretty good. He's right on the money. That's a pressure shot, a great pressure shot.
He taps back the shot stone and sits there for a single point. And now, after 7 ends of play, it's a 2-point game, but Alberta will have last rock on the 8th.
Pantene Pro V Update. Strength. Help your hair stay strong. Pantene's Pro Vitamin Conditioning Formula helps to keep hair strong from root to tip. Try Pantene Pro V for strong hair so healthy looking it shines.
Hey, gang, it's a race to Tim Hortons. The last team there buys the soup. Go!
At Tim Hortons, we're very proud to be the official sponsor of Canada's 3 national cycling teams. Of course, we're just as proud to be able to serve them and you a nourishing bowl of soup with a tea biscuit for only $2.29. And you could win a trip to join our cycling teams in Atlanta.
So who's fine today, guys? Same as always.
Man, we gotta stop going in circles.
When two-time world champion Ed Wernick started using the hammer, people laughed.
Hey, Ed, it looks like a toy.
Last year, Ed's team was the leading money winner on the Pro Tour. Now who's laughing? When Ed Wernick first used the hammer, people laughed. World champion Russ Howard is the winningest skip in Brier history and Ed's #1 rival. Russ has chosen the hammer. Now who's laughing? For more information about the hammer with quick change faceplates, call 1-800-567-7757.
You don't choose to have an accident, but you can choose your repair center. More than 1 million Canadians have relied on AutoPro, the largest network of automotive professionals. AutoPro Collision, a courteous reception, professional repairs, qualified technicians, specialized equipment, and in addition to AutoPro's national warranty, take advantage of our deductible protection plan. AutoPro Collision, people you can trust.
This year's Safeway All-Stars, as selected by the Canadian Curling Reporters of Canada. Leading the way in the lead position is Bert Hinch from British Columbia. He shot an outstanding 81% for the week. Dwayne Mihalik from Saskatchewan is the All-Star second. He was steady at 80% for the week. And forming the back end from Alberta, no question about this one, Don Walchuk at third, 86% for the week. And at All-Star skip, we have Alberta's Kevin Martin. He, too, was very steady and smiling all week, 86% for the week, leading Alberta to the top of the round robin at 10-1.
Yes.
Alberta leading Quebec here 7-5 after 7 ends of play. Kevin Martin sure has been steady throughout the week.
Yes, he certainly has, Colleen, and he had a couple of maybe shaky moments in this game today, but he has been very strong over the last 3 ends.
Well, anytime that you have 4 or 5 games in the 90% mark as a skip, that's unbelievable curling. And the same with Walchuk. The two of them have just been a tremendous tandem all week. And if you're going to win the Briers and the World Championships in curling, you have to have a very strong third and a skip that curls like that and a very well-balanced front end.
And now Don Westphal faces a problem that very few curlers would envy. He has to try and steal against Kevin Martin.
Well, I would think for Don Westphal now, he has to throw caution to the wind. If Martin puts this one in, he throws another guard up and let them keep on peeling. Hopefully Steele won this end, won the 9th end, and hopefully steal the game-winning point. And that's what he has to do. He might as well lose by 11 as by 1.
Yeah, I agree. He has to ignore all those yellow rocks that might wind up in play. Certainly Alberta in full control up 2 with the hammer.
Well, you saw all the previous ends that Kevin Martin, if Quebec went out in front, they would go around the center guard, but not this time because Kevin feels he has enough points. He wants to play in the corners. He's going to run everything off the front.
It's good. It's good, Don.
And I think Westphal will ignore that and throw up another corner, another center guard. And I think it's far too early in this end to go into the house.
Well, that appears to be the shot he's calling.
You know what I would do? I would throw it out in front of that, make Alberta waste a lot of rocks running off the long guard that they put out front. Now it's just going to be a straight back.
Yep.
This is far too early in the end to try and protect the rock for the rest of the end.
Where is it? Where is it? We're not by. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're not by. We're not by. A little bit, Lou. A little split. A little split. Okay.
And Martin will waste no time in trying to get rid of both of them.
Oh, no question. And, you know, the reason that you win curling games is because the lead sets them up, and I think Don Bartlett is out curling Pierre Charette in that area. As far as key shots are concerned, I mean, this one, if you're going to call that shot, you have to make sure that it's in the range. You can't leave it up front like that.
Oh.
Oh, big break for Quebec. Now, have you learned your lesson? Do you throw another one out in front? Absolutely. Never mind coming around it.
Well, he's going to persist with his original plan of attack.
And the only reason I don't go in is because if they run it back and they make the double, the whole end is ruined. You put the other rock out in front, maybe 2 feet over the hog line, and make them waste shots running the long guard off.
Line's good.
Then with your last rock, you drop it right into
Lots
the
of room. Lots of room. Lots of room. Okay, bring it back. Yep. Bring it back here. Yep. Bring it back. Back to the tee. Back to the tee. Back to the tee. Come on. Come on. Right back, Duff. Right back.
Well, Lou Buron
Okay,
gets it into the
not bad.
rings, but it is not covered.
Throw, Lou.
And now Martin can hit and drop in behind cover.
No, we don't have to.
Well, you may want to run the two of them, but Kevin Martin is looking for Gros to make a hit.
Clean.
Even a little roll to the outside is not bad, but an inside roll is beautiful.
He's going to get a nose hit. Alberta lies 2.
Now, the dangerous part for Quebec here is that they're not taking any Alberta rocks out of play. They're just trying to move it back, and that's because they're trying to steal one and get back in this game. This type of game, you can really backfire on you if you only make a half a shot, because the other team's got 2 in there. They could get 3 and 4 on you, and then you're really in the blue. You're toast.
No.
I think as we said at the start of the end, it's time to throw caution to the wind if you're Quebec, because you have to claw your way back in against Alberta 1 minute at a time. That's actually not a bad rock.
It's not a great rock. It's behind the tee line, which may help them later on the end. But once again, I mean, the nice part of being 2 up with last rock, you just throw them nice and clean, get the hits, get the rolls. Even if you jam, you're not upset. I mean, you really have control of this game. It's going to take I think a little bit of a break for Quebec to steal one.
Wow. Stay close. Yep. Hard.
Alberta could be lying 3 after this shot by Broda, and they are.
Oh, boy. Now, there's trouble in River City here for Quebec, because that little bit of a roll has forced Quebec to the outturn side.
Very far.
And it doesn't move very much there.
Hi, Garlow.
And you can see that rock is 2 rocks, one biting the top of the forefoot, one back of the forefoot, are protected by a guard. The center guard belonging to Quebec.
Here.
The key for Louis Buron here, Don, is not so much on, Dan Lemery, is that he protect the rock. Pull it in around the center guard. Not so much where he is, but he has to put the rock in position. Protect it somehow.
Yep. Hard.
Will they get it past the guard?
Oh, he's got a beauty. He's got a beauty if he can get it in there. Oh, look at that.
Come on.
Well, you don't want to take it too deep. That's a good shot. That's a great shot.
Dan Lemery, the Quebec third, draws to the top of the button.
au bout.
Non, rien. Non, c'est parce que tu voulais pas que tu me donnes l'endroit du cap.
Non, c'est ça.
You see that they really brushed it hard.
That rock seemed to move a lot as it got to the top of the house.
Well, the closer you get to the center, the more the rocks will move.
But, you know, I'm going to either take the guard or pick it.
You hear Don Walchuk saying, I'm either going to take the guard or pick it. He can see about, if he hits what he can see, he'll drive it through the opening.
Is this where you say, make sure you're not outside?
Oh, absolutely. That's the Cardinals in being wide.
Oh, clean.
All over the guard.
But that was the danger stone sitting out front.
Yes. Now, Quebec is to protect that one somehow. They just called for a timeout.
Brutal, man. I tell you, I don't know what I'm doing with that out-turn. I just...
Well, peeling the guard's fine, no?
Yeah, I know, but...
We can come at it from either way, so...
Man, garde, il va.
Non, mets pas le guard, là.
Il y a ça, bon. Pour une free ça ronde.
Nah, I think tap it back. Okay. Sit there. Make it good. Same shot. Just tap it 2 feet.
If he jams it, will be right in the back of the button.
It might be 2 right in the back of the button.
Right, okay.
I think so.
Same ice almost?
Same thing. I'll give you the same ice. Okay. Same shoes. All right? Tap. Just tap it back. Tap the red one back.
What about a corner freeze on that yellow?
Yeah, but if we bump, then he has easy double. It's finished. Like if we bump the yellow, it's dead.
Tap is a freeze.
Too tough a shot. No, it's too tough a shot, Lou. If we do this, as soon as we do this, we go here. It's easy double. No, tap that. No, if we do this, Lou, we play it, and you leave it here, he's got the easy double, he's lying forward dead. No. Back here. Leave that there.
They called a timeout to plot their strategy, and it appears they're going to try and tap the stone back.
Well, for Quebec, the problem they have, of course, is if they play a guard here, Kevin will simply drive this one over here and take that one out, then they'll really be in trouble. That's the tough part. So they're playing a little bit of movement, come down here, and move the rock into this area back here.
And as Don Westphal said, if we are successful, we will be lying too.
Always a hard spot when you've got your one lonely little rock surrounded by three yellow.
Way out.
Way out.
You're saying a way out.
No. Whoa! Only at the end, yep. Well, okay, bring it. Oh. Gotta buy that one.
Bye-bye. Well, betwixt between, and you hear Dan Lemery saying to Donald Westphal, too much ice.
All right, I do dire moins de glace.
This one, thanks, Mike.
Eh, mon Dieu.
All right.
2 red stones belonging to Quebec sitting in the 4-foot, but Kevin Martin will try and remedy that situation right now as he places the broom for his third, Don Walchuk.
Well, they're playing it on the high side, hoping you hit it on the outside, drive it, kill the 2 of them, and the shooter may hang on to the rock on the right-hand side, the 8-foot. There's always a danger he could hit this too thick. He's not throwing, you heard him say, he's not throwing this out too well.
He's been struggling with the outturn the entire game.
Hard, fucking hard.
Not this time. He gets both red stones to move, removes 1, and now Alberta lies 2.
Jeez. Boy, he hit that a little bit too thin. But I tell you, it accomplished what he set out to do, and that's move that rock back. Now for Westphal to get out of the sand. He has to play the cold draw, the back one in the 4-foot.
A little bit less than Danny. Think it's going to come up? Or even less? Maybe a hair less.
The difficulty here for Quebec is they're trying to take less ice because they know it runs straight. You hear them say it's not going to move much. The danger here, if you take less ice, any inward motion when you release it, the rock is going to curl and he's just going to tap that Alberta rock further into the 4-foot. That's the tough spot. Or just take it and roll to the open. It's a very delicate shot, you know, 93 feet from the time you release it to where you intend to target.
Ball got to
and
work.
You're dealing with a foot of
Yep, right up.
Area.
Hard.
He's got a good-looking line if they can get it past the yellow stone.
Oh, he's close. Is he by it? No, he just touched it. Oh, so close. Now.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Oh, it was perfect.
Should have called it earlier.
Absolutely. But how do you know that?
Come on, it's not effective.
They say curling is a game of inches. That's one of those inches right there.
That was just the fraction of an inch he needed to have a perfect shot.
Well, now he squeezes by that one. He kind of lines those two rocks up so that maybe Alberta will jam it. Now for Kevin. Big chance for a double here. Cover off the 4-foot. And Quebec may not have a shot to get shot rocked.
Wow. Curl.
Well, Alberta is lying 2 again, but there is still a red stone sitting at the back of the 4-foot, actually fully in the 8-foot.
Well, once again, for Don Westphal, a tough shot here because he's got to go back to the intern.
Ouais, ben Don, c'est parce que c'est tough pour toi, hein.
Ouais, c'est
bon,
tough.
là.
Either or.
Ouais, mais comme je veux dire, la vitesse est moins tough. The speed is more easier than off turn. And in turn, là, c'est...
I just don't think I can get it around there and hide it. He's going to have an easy...
C'est shit done, là. Il fait rien là, lui, là.
I know, if I finish here, pock. All right.
Parce que le nord, là, je sais pas qu'est-ce que dire. 22,5.
Yeah, okay.
grave de même.
It's that much of a difference. All right.
Hey, pour ça.
Okay, both times low, right?
Toutes les fois qu'on prend là, finis ici.
So let's take here the ball.
C'est ça.
Okay.
C'est lui.
He is.
It's 1 and 2.
Okay. It's good then. Same like this. Yeah. Yeah, son. No. Oh.
This may very well be the biggest shot of his curling career right here.
Well, Alberta's lying 1 and 2, and the key for Quebec is they have to pull the rock in there. But more importantly, they have to get it over in this area just a bit so that maybe Martin will jam it on those ones at the back.
The back is good. The weight's perfect, right?
Of course, he cannot be short here. He has to pull it into the 4-foot.
I thought that too, maybe. Be close.
Right.
Yeah. I thought definitely better than our back yellow.
Yeah. Okay, well, just keep it clean anyway. Hold it. Hold it, Lou.
I'm good.
Hold, Lou. Close, clean.
Where?
Clean. Yep.
Okay,
Whoa.
Oh, he's by this time.
But he didn't want to be that heavy.
No, sir. Because he just gives Kevin the same shot for 3. Oh, boy.
Huh?
Why don't I just throw the same shot?
I want to play the other turn. All right. Go pays that.
Well,
Is that a draw
let's put it
weight
this
bump?
way. All you do is you make contact with that, we get 1. Right?
Yeah.
Right? You don't make this,
Draw
they get
weight.
1.
Heavy draw?
I like last. What do you think?
Well, I like this. I mean, we get 1. We make contact, we get 1. Right?
You make it, we get 4.
If you make it real good, yeah, we get 4.
Yeah.
Bartlett wants to blast.
Huh? No?
Walchuk wants to pity pat it.
Your choice, either blast or quiet.
Yeah. All right.
Amazing deduction, Don.
Your
Either way,
choice,
it's about
Don
the same
Bartlett
amount
said.
of- Well, this one has a little bit more room for error. Yeah. All right.
Well,
I just think it might jam on the back end. We probably only get 1 this way.
Well, if he hits it a little bit on the high
Make
side,
contact. We get 1 point at least.
he could get 4.
Okay.
If he gets 4, that's the game's over. But this is such a straight turn. Like, this is a tough curling shot. You can see it's not quite buried. We'll know right away as soon as he lets it go. Oh, he's hummed this one. Whoa.
Is he going to get any piece of it?
Yes, he is.
Get on it. Get on it.
But it looks as though he, well, he might have two. Let's see. No, I think he's only got one.
Boy, he threw a heater down there.
Yeah. I don't know. That's being kind of a pussy, though. Like, what, you know?
Hey? No, but you're going to get one, right? Contact and get one.
Yeah.
Hey, that's all right. That's good. I mean, if you don't make that, they steal one. Just 3 points.
That's true.
Yeah, shot.
Well, Alberta does get one, and Alberta leads by 3 with 2 ends remaining.
When we go on a road trip, we usually go to Florida. Stress.
The stroller, formula, the diapers. When are we going to be there?
Introducing CIBC Travel Medical Insurance, the most convenient way to get the protection you need. Just call 1-800-403-4459 or drop into any CIBC branch.
I see us driving.
I see us getting aggravated.
For fast, affordable travel medical insurance right over the phone, call 1-800-403-4459.
Kids love it because when we get there, it's fun.
Aha. Oh, hi. I'm using this ordinary telescope to take a look at auto repairs. My hunch is we're going to see something kind of interesting here, and look, there it is right now. At some places, you're not allowed to see what's going on with your car. However, at Midas, things are completely different. Look at this. They take you under the car. They let you see just what needs fixing and what can wait. You're in the loop, I tell you. Midas, the way it should be.
The Canadian Curling Association appreciates, understands, and wishes to acknowledge the importance of local sponsorship to curling teams across Canada throughout the curling season. In an effort to recognize local corporate support of teams which have achieved the privilege of representing their province or territory at a Canadian Curling Championship, we are pleased to provide some deserving profile to their respective corporate supporter.
We make maple leaf wieners for Courtney, who will only eat Mr. Broccoli if he hasn't touched Mr. Gravy. We make maple leaf wieners for Tim, who says peas explode in his mouth. And for Caitlin, whose scrambled eggs must be shaped like little boats. Maple leaf wieners have a taste made especially for kids. For Kenny, who won't eat anything with sauce, and Jason, who won't eat anything without sauce, there will always be maple leaf.
Karcher pressure washers. Blast away dirt and grime fast. From your car, boat, patio furniture, bikes, your deck, barbecue, eaves troughs, and recreational vehicles. Just about anything. Karcher, the fast and easy way to handle any top cleaning job.
Just 2 ends to play here in the Labatt-Brier semifinal game. Alberta leading Quebec by 3 points. And, of course, waiting in the wings is Jeff Stoughton in the final. And we'll have all the action for you tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern, the Labatt-Brier final. The winner of this semifinal game going on to play Manitoba.
Yes, it could be the third meeting of this Brier between Manitoba and Alberta. But they'll be playing for all the marbles tomorrow. If it is Manitoba and Alberta, they'll still be playing for the championship if it's Manitoba and Quebec. But the 2 previous games between Manitoba and Alberta, which Manitoba won, won't mean a thing tomorrow.
Well, it certainly could have been handshakes after 8 if Martin had made the delicate tap back for 3. He elected to play a high, hard one, only getting 1.
Well,
this game is not over by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, that's why I can't understand why he threw that much weight, especially on a turn that runs very straight and even falls back a bit. You know, he taps it back, he gets 3, and like you've got absolute control, and maybe the team will quit. And he absolutely threw a heater at that thing.
Quebec really being fooled by draw weight. He got the corner up, but the sweepers were well off that one, thinking it was probably about T-line weight.
That was just about the best thing that could have happened for Quebec on that end, rather than scoring themselves, was to only give up 1 the way the end was developing.
Without question. Oh, yes.
Well, you always try, when the other team has last draw, to hold them to 1, and obviously Quebec did that. They accomplished their job. Here you see Just if the ice
Sure doesn't
is
die.
speeded up at
Hurry.
all down the center. Yep. They want to pull this rock into the 4-foot. The deeper the better, not too far behind the tee line, of course.
Nice weight.
23 seconds.
Here.
It's a good call by Westphal going with the double corners.
Absolutely. And he'll do this a couple of times, throw up 2 corners, and it depends what Kevin Martin does. If Kevin Martin will obviously run off one of the corners, then Westphal may freeze to that rock top of the 4-foot. Try to generate his 2 points.
That's good. That's good. Let's see, guys.
Those are fairly even.
Yes.
Takes away the double.
Now, when you're Kevin Martin, you look at those 2 corner guards and say, okay, I'm going to pick the one that they can curl around and bury. You know, that out-turn side run's very, very straight, so it's hard to bury behind that one. So that's why he's taking the one over on the right-hand side, because it curls a lot there. Quebec could miss that guard by 2 feet and still be buried, so that's why they're playing that one.
And he's playing the in-turn pick as opposed to the out-turn pick, because he didn't want to jam the red one onto that. He doesn't mind so much that his yellow removed that one.
Sean Broda, I guess, could best be described as very quiet, yet very efficient.
Nice. Go here.
Doesn't smile very often during the course of a game, but that most recent shot and a comment from Don Bartlett has prompted a grin.
Well, it must be a real pleasure for Sean Broda to curl with Kevin Martin and Walchuk. You know, his first year, here he is in the semifinals of the Brier Canadian Championship. And I know he's curled his heart out all week and played very, very well. And Quebec have to score 2 here.
Yeah, a little deeper.
And then gamble for all they're worth in the last end. And that's not hard in the free guard zone. You at least got 1 guard up.
Follow.
Well, isn't that the truth? It is a lot easier to steal a point when you can be guaranteed that rock out in front in the free guard.
Broda going after a stone in almost the same position.
Yep.
Quebec guard on the right-hand side.
Hurry.
Well, he was close to making that double. Now I think with his third, or Louis Veron's last rock, you throw up another corner guard or do you go in? And I think you throw up another corner guard. All you want to try and do is score 2 here. And make the opposition waste a lot of rocks running off guards. And that's why they're going to the same corner.
Play in spot, guys. Right on the...
Yes, trailing by 3 with last rock, you're certainly by no means out of it playing the 9th.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
That was not the case in Kevin Martin's Brier victory in '91.
No.
Is there a double there?
2-1 was almost a high-scoring game that year for Kevin.
Yes, that's right. No free guard zone, just lean back and fire.
Winning the toss was the important thing.
Hurry. Oh!
There's another close double.
This time, they get it.
Well, now the rock is in the spot where Quebec wants to draw around it. And I think with his third man's first rock, you definitely have to go in. You go in and bury, then they run off the front. You've accomplished what you want to do, score your 2 points. Providing, of course, that you make the last 3 rocks.
Well, Dan Lemery will attempt to get in behind cover.
The nice part of it is for Dan Lemery is that it's a curling turn. That rock will move over there.
Yep. Waist nice. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard. Hip. Yep. Hip. Yep. Come on, guys. Hey! Deep. Right back. Right back. I got
what
to
a
take a break.
beautiful curling shot. You hear me yelling deep, deep. See, I talked about curling? That rock curled right in around, and it's still
I just put a snowbank in front of it.
partially open.
That's, you know.
We'll run back. Can't use a run back.
You'll see how close they come to the guard. Good brushing by the front end.
Well, try,
he has
Pick.
lots of room, passes the guard by about 2 or 3 inches.
I like that.
You see a little bit of movement at the end there.
If you rack the guard, it's no big deal.
And half buried, 3/4 buried.
More finish to that turn as it comes into the house.
As opposed to the out turn, there's lots of finish there.
Oh, whoa!
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, lots of weight. Oh, man is right.
Walchuk has fanned this one. So after making a double with his first stone of this end, he opens the door for Quebec to get right back in it.
Now, the whole end, you're trying to score 2. You finally get a break. Walchuk misses a wide-open hit. Do you consolidate your 2, or do you go for the whole enchilada and pull the rock in here? Now, that's a bit of a gamble, because if you ever hang it out over here, and they make the double, it gets Alberta by the end.
If you don't put it perfect there, he makes the double, you're dead.
Isn't that what you just said?
Back 12, he noses it. Try the free. Maybe on my first take a chance to try and hide it perfect.
Back 8, okay.
Good thinking, Donald. That's exactly right. Play the open side, take it past the tee line. If they hit it on the nose, you freeze to it. You may get your 3 that way.
Back here, Lou.
Because if they put it in the open side, it takes the play away from this side over here. That may be the ugliest shot Don Walchuk's thrown all week.
Key here is to be behind that tee line so that they can freeze on Don's skip rocks.
You don't want to hang it up at the top of the 8-foot there and allow Kevin Martin to play the hit and roll.
Back, hey, guys.
Dan Lemery trying to be ever so precise with his first stone. Or his last stone of this end, I should say.
Back.
Skip. Yeah! Come on! Come on! Put it all the way hard, 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 hard! Take it, come on, come on! Really hard!
Target.
Well, they'd like that one about another 2 feet deeper.
Is there a chance for 2 here for Martin?
No, I don't think there's a chance for 2. But Kevin will play for 2 shots here. He'll hit this one and try to roll, hoping that Quebec hits it on the nose. Then he'll have a chance for the double with his last rock. That's why this one had to be deeper.
Just get stuck in the frost on them. You know, they're pulling it, trying to pull it back. And
what do you need, about another 7 or 8 inches?
Oh, at least. Yeah. So 7 or 8 inches more. If he gets the roll, he rolls behind the other one instead of in front of it.
Oh, roll it. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Martin gets the roll and nudges the shot stone to lie 1.
Did you see the music on that one? Boy, he hit that one in turn. Lots of spin to it, lots of rotation. Spun right across. Couldn't make the double, but absolutely a perfect roll. Now for Quebec. Good chance here, Don, because he can hit the inside and roll behind cover. Then he's really got Alberta in a little bit of trouble.
Back ring, right? Back 8 will do.
Doesn't that quoi? Pas plus en tout cas.
Oh, then. On va aller à 5. OK. Fais-moi ça.
Attends un peu, là. C'était sûr de toi, mais moi, d'après moi, c'est ça.
OK, c'est bon.
Avec ça, ici.
Fais-moi juste. Hein?
Air more?
Back 8. Back 12. Pas plus. Oh, I took corner of the button.
this is how much time each team has left to complete the game.
Well, it should be. We can flop it inside. No problem. Oh, yeah.
Okay, for Westphal, the key is that he must try and get a roll in this area here. He cannot afford to hit and stay right there. He may even want to roll here, hoping that he doesn't chip this one on the way out.
I know.
He's just trying to play back 8 weight, too.
That's right. The key is weight. They have to let the brushers take it.
This shot will really move, too.
Yep. Go, then. Hard! Really hard!
Can they get it past the front?
Oh, he's got a beauty if they get it by. If they get it by, he's got a beauty. Oh, he touched the back end. Oh, look at that. I got to see that again. That rock did a double take, almost like they burnt it. It touched the rock, curled, and then curled again.
Thanks, bud.
It just
good throw, bud.
got past that
corner freeze.
shot stone, or that guard stone.
Look at this. He just gets by. But look at this rock. It looks like it straightens up, then curls big time at the end. Just touches it enough to get the perfect roll. Oh, what a fabulous curling shot. Absolutely fabulous.
Ow. Top 4. He's going to have a lot of trouble getting us out of there.
Boy, they're lined up beautifully behind the corner guard. The tough situation for Quebec is that Kevin Martin corner freezes this one. It's pretty tough to get it out.
Well, that's what Kevin Martin said to the front end just prior to releasing this stone.
Boy, he's got a lot of weight.
Oh!
They have not laid a brush to this.
Backing.
Whoa, off.
You hear him yelling, back 8. Oh, he's missed them all. He's missed them all.
Oh, now a chance for Quebec to tie the game.
Oh, boy.
And boy, oh boy, you look back on end number 8, and you wonder about the wisdom of trying to blast everything rather than a consolidate 3.
That's exactly right. You look at that. You look at the corner guard on the curling turn. They put it over there, a little too deep. Look at one insignificant little rock on the right-hand side. Quebec's going to score 3. Great shot by Westphal on his first one. A great shot by Kevin Martin on his first one. Hit and roll over there.
Yeah, we can. I don't really want to, but we can sit on the back one if we have to. Anyways, I'll give you guys a chance with it, obviously.
Well, as he said, he doesn't want to use that backstone for backing, but it's there if he is just a touch heavy.
You never use a rock for backing. You throw it, let your sweepers take it, and drag it into the forefront. You never think about backing. Because if you rely on backing, you guarantee you're going to be heavy.
All yours. All yours.
That's good.
Hip. Hip. Hip.
Okay.
Whoa.
Just keen it.
Whoa.
4 foot. That's perfect now. Come on. Come on, Ernest. Can't hurt it.
Oh, he's right there.
Yes, he is perfect. Right to the back of the button, and Quebec on the 9th end with a dramatic turnaround to tie this game at 8. A big 3 for Quebec, and we head to the final end of this semifinal with Alberta and Quebec all even.
The pain of arthritis and joint stiffness can get the better of many people. So today, there's coated extra strength aspirin with the power to relieve your worst pain right where it hurts. Aspirin, it really knows your pain.
Ford Hot Shots with Russ Howard.
What we're looking for here in this situation is Reds 1 down coming home with hammer. We're looking for the multiple score. Yellows put their first rock in behind this tee line a little bit. What we have to do is take advantage of the free guard zone. Throw a corner guard, get it off to the side, short of the rings. That will hopefully allow your team later in the end to get a rock in behind. One slight half shot missed by the yellow team, and we've got a simple tap back for 2 to win the game.
In this case, we need to score points. You need rocks in play to do so. The corner guard game is the obvious answer. It's not necessarily the shot that you make, it's the shot that you leave that wins your curling games. Corner guard's not a glamorous shot to throw, but it can certainly help you win a lot of games.
Nice shot. Nice way.
For Ford Hot Shots, I'm Russ Howard.
Maybe you think only those fast lane types need a Nokia cellular phone.
Well, Bob, I'm running late.
Well, now Nokia's making cellular phones so easy.
So, cover for me during finger paints?
They're practically child's play.
Right, it's Science Day.
With Nokia's big screens, easy-to-find names and numbers, and sleek designs.
Coach, could you handle sandbox for me? I'm like in a 4-lane parking lot. We're talking rest period before I get there. Oh, I forgot my show and tell.
So now we can all be in the fast lane. Nokia, Europe's leading cellular phone, also made in America, connecting people.
The museum closes in 10 minutes.
There's no toilet paper. Oh, boy. Here we go. Hey, this way.
Introducing new Scott Purex Extra. It's as pillowy soft and strong as ever, but now it's also extra long. In fact, it's a double roll.
I'm coming, I'm coming. The Scott stuff never runs out.
Scott Purex Extra. Soft, strong, and now twice as long.
The pain of arthritis and joint stiffness can get the better of many people. So today, there's coated extra strength aspirin with the power to relieve your worst pain right where it hurts. Aspirin. It really knows your pain.
Give this team from the Buckingham Curling Club credit. Every time it looked as though they might be down and out, they have clawed their way back, and they are deadlocked at 8, playing the 10th end. This was the final stone of the end, a draw for 3 by skip Don Westphal. And now he has to try and steal on this 10th end if he hopes to knock off the 1991 Canadian champion, the leader of the round robin, Kevin Martin.
Well, I think the whole shot that set up that end was Westphal's first rock. I mean, an absolute bearcat of a shot. Tear that guard and hit the rock on the inside and roll, especially after Kevin Martin with his first one made a great hit and corner freeze. I mean, just 2 great shots.
I was going to say you couldn't get a $1 bill or a $2 bill, but I guess you'd have to say the way things are going with the coins now, you couldn't get a $5 bill between the running rock and the guard stone.
It's getting more expensive to curl. And Kevin here, the rock is out in front, perfect position for Quebec. And Martin is going gambling right away. He's going to try to pull this rock into the 4-foot, and the way Bartlett has been throwing him, it'll be right there, I can guarantee you.
This could be a very interesting end.
Needs it for weight. Well, it's all, the whole end is set up with this shot coming down the ice right now. Where he ends up could dictate who's going to win this game. And Bartlett's all over the guard. All over it. Now, with that rock out in front, it is really to the advantage of Quebec.
Interesting.
Boy, you have to release the rock clean on this ice because it's starting to move big time. You roll them inside, they finish big.
Slide through. Where is it? Post coming up.
Starting to make a big swoop right at the end. They got to be very, very careful.
Don't touch. Oh, it's got to be full 4. Back 4. Yeah, bring it. Bring it. Hurry! Okay, it's that.
Quebec lies 1. And Kevin Martin is going to go after the stones out front.
Well, for Kevin Martin, those are the danger rocks, of course. He has the advantage of last rock, wants to keep the path open to the 4-foot. And the way it's set up right now, there's 2 rocks out in front covering the 4-foot. There's one on the edge of the 4-foot, unfortunately belonging to Quebec if you're Alberta, but great if you're Quebec.
Well, Don Bartlett removes 2 of the stones. His shooter remains in play, but on the left-hand side.
He almost got all 3 on that
Yes, he
shot.
did. Now, for Westphal and Quebec, they're going to have to protect that one at all costs.
It was a good come-around by Pierre Charette on his second one, because he did bite the button.
Yes. And it was a long way out, never buried. They, Alberta could have picked that one out of there, but the reason they didn't go after it, of course, is that if they hit and roll away, then Quebec may be giving it in better, and that's why Martin ran the front ones.
Halfway. Yep. Bring it.
Now, will the strategy for Quebec the rest of the way be to try and protect that stone?
Absolutely.
Yep. A little bit. Okay. Oh, that's good.
Well, he's got the outturn ice figured for guard because that one is perfectly covered.
Lou Baron has protected the shot stone, and the rock just delivered by Baron is the stone that Kevin Martin wants removed by his second, Sean Broda.
Now, 2 chances here for Broda. Number 1, he could run that rock right back and make the double and move that rock off the 4-foot, hit it a little bit thinner, and maybe come off that yellow one on the left and spin his shooter into the ring. So we'll see what happens here. Oh, just pick the one out of there.
I asked you earlier whether the freeze was the toughest shot to play in curling. Trying to play consecutive guards from the second stone on, that might be the tougher shot.
Well, I think, you know, this event you're trying to win, and when you rely on a guard and appeal and everything else, it's the pressure, really, that mounts with every rock. Look at
This one has lost its turn.
Picked up something and turned the other way.
Oh, tough break for Lou Baron.
Okay.
We saw the same sort of thing last night when Alberta was playing Manitoba. Kevin Martin's rock picked, wound up scoring a 3.
Look, he's got lots of rotation to it.
Everything seems to be fine right to this point.
Right there. It picked up something, and it took the other turn. But it looked like he had a lot of rotation on that handle, enough to get it down the ice for the correct turn. You know, Martin lost the game last night to Stoughton on a rock picking up some foreign debris on the ice. And now it's Martin's turn to get a break.
Hurry!
Oh, it's on the nose.
Sorry.
A nose hit for Sean Broda. Alberta lies 1. Now, does the strategy change, and how does it change for Quebec?
Stays exactly the same. You play the center guard, hoping that Alberta drives it back on the one in the forefoot, and or hits it on the nose so you can draw around. You have to get some kind of protection out there, something to hide behind.
Try to curl a bit.
Oh, easy,
whoa,
easy,
whoa, whoa,
easy.
whoa, 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 leave it up. Leave it way up. Oh, whoa.
They don't want this stone too deep.
Okay,
well, the more separation it is, the better it is for Alberta, because they can catch a half it, 3/4 of it, and still drive it by the one in the forefoot. The tighter it is, you know, the more danger of driving it back. But this is the Alberta team's forte, running off guards. They're very proficient at it. Clip a half a rock. They're not worried about staying or doing anything. They just want to make sure their shooter rolls away and they pick the front one out.
Hurry! Hurry! Hurry!
Doesn't want to drive it straight back, but Walchuk is able to remove it cleanly and roll his shooter out as well.
Now for Westphal, he has a decision to make. Does he play another guard or maybe try and freeze it?
Put it over there a bit. Put it over there a bit.
You hear him saying, put it over here a bit. Give Don Walchuk a different angle.
C'est un peu plus à là, Dan. On va plus par ici, juste une brin. Au bord de la ligne.
Of course, what they also must be thinking about is that this out-turn come around, if they do get a nose, just hasn't been coming much.
No, that's right.
Where is it?
See, like they should move their brushes in front of that rock just to keep any debris.
Keep it clean, at least.
Yeah, keep it clean so nothing gets underneath it. Just to walk beside a rock, you know. Maybe that's what happened with the last one. The one before that, they turned the other way.
But what the heck am I going to do with my first one? I got to move that thing out of there. No.
See, he's thinking ahead to his own shot now. How am I going to do this?
And the Quebec team only has 2 stones remaining.
Hurry!
Walchuk attempting the removal of the rock out front.
Good.
And it looks as though he's got a beauty.
Freeze is perfect. We should probably guard, I guess.
4:16 with the clock running, the time remaining for Quebec.
At least they're nice and loose out there.
Freeze it tight, bud.
So there is time remaining for Westphal.
For Quebec, they're trying to draw the rock right in there.
Best is if we freeze it just a hair higher. If he runs it, it jams underneath the, you know? God, he's not going to miss an open. I like your idea. Freeze it. He booms everything and we make him draw.
You got too much though.
God, really? Okay.
He's trying to freeze it and freeze
I
it.
want to keep that
as
angle.
As flush as he can get it. It's not even bad if he pumps that rock back
exactly.
maybe just behind the tee line so that if Kevin Martin hits and rolls out the top rock, then at least he has a chance to freeze to it.
Of course, we already had heard Alberta's strategy. If he freezes perfect here, he's going to guard Kevin Martin.
I don't think he'd guard.
Bring it then. Line's great. Oh, easy. Line's great. Yep. Yep. Come on, Lou. Hurry. Hard. Hard.
Will it get there?
It's curling too much, and it's a little bit light.
Whoa. Whoa.
Not bad, not bad.
All right.
Now he snuggles up against the corner of the Alberta stone. It over-curled, actually.
Yes, it really did.
J'ai coupé des glaces, ça va parfait.
Kevin Martin is sitting here looking at what
Not bad right now. Could nose it. He might come around and bury a half or so in the back four. Peel it out.
Peel it off this way.
Absolutely. Peel it out, take them all out, roll your shooter out. The only rock he's got behind us to cover it up is way over the edge of the 12-foot, and that's not much help. What he doesn't want to do is hit it right on the nose and stay there and allow Quebec a chance to draw around it. Even though it's tough with the outturn, as Colleen said, it doesn't move much there.
Well, I'm sure there are many viewers and spectators here inside the Riverside Coliseum who thought after 8 that Kevin Martin was home and cooled out.
Yes.
But he's going to have to throw his final stone on this 10th end if he's going to win the semifinal. Good. There we are. He cleans house. And there is only that lonely yellow rock sitting about 4 feet in front of the rings that Don Westphal can use for any kind of cover.
Path? Looked pretty nice when he just threw it, eh?
You're right. Soyez là au fond, remember? T'as resté droit ou t'as que tu peux aller plus que...
Pas curler gros à la fin, il faut curler juste pour dire à la fin.
Tu penses ça, je pense que c'est assez?
Ouais.
Okay.
Shit est bonne, Don.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Well, for Quebec, the key is, of course, bearing it around that corner guard. He would like it about in that position, but if he can pull it back and if it curls a little bit more and trying to get in this area. But that's the best he can hope for, is half in the 8-foot, half in the 12-foot. And Martin should be able to outdraw that, but you never know.
I got to pass, though, Duff. Got to make him throw it. Same weight?
As the one you just threw?
Right.
Yeah. Maybe a little frosty at the end, maybe.
All right.
Now Quebec has used up about as much of the time clock as you want to risk.
Hold for line.
Yes for line.
Hold for line, yep.
Yes for line.
Boy, they got to hurry hard on this one.
Hard, Duff, hard! Whoa, whoa! 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 Here.
Oh, they just got it by. And he has got it to the edge of the 8. So it's a whole draw for the win for Kevin Martin.
That's about as good as you can get it. You know, we had the rock in the telestrator, half in the 8-foot, half in the 12-foot. But that's a good shot. I mean, that's it's a gamble. I mean, you got to pull into the corner and you leave the whole house to draw to, but you know, ice conditions sometimes, you come out a little bit too fast. That's a good shot.
Kevin Martin needs a piece of the 8-foot if he's going to advance to the semifinal, or to the final out of this semifinal match with Quebec.
He needs half a rock in the 8-foot. You watch the sweepers will jump on this.
That's
kind of
nice.
make a jud.
Nice weight.
You hear Kevin saying that's nice weight.
Can't hurt it. Oh. Clean.
Whoa,
he's confident it's going to be perfect. And as it approaches the house, yes, Kevin Martin has made the pressure shot, drawing to the 4-foot with the final stone of the 10th end to knock off Quebec 9-8, setting up a rematch with Jeff Stoughton of Manitoba in tomorrow's Labatt Brier final. Oh, a tremendous semifinal battle with Alberta prevailing and moving to tomorrow's championship game.
The fact is, all cars are targets for car theft. New cars may have a higher value, but older cars can bring in big cash for their parts. So if you're not using the club, you're inviting a thief to steal your car. Stop. Don't fall prey to car theft. Get the club. Statistics show that the club is over 99% effective in reducing auto theft. Protect your vehicle from theft with the club. Now available in a variety of highly visible colors.
There are cuts being made to our country's healthcare system. And the fact is, you're going to have to take better care of yourself. HealthWatch is one way to do it. HealthWatch is a number of services we're offering that can help you look after yourself and your family at no extra cost. You'll hear more about it over the next few months. And when you do, listen to what's being said, because it's important and it can help.
Welcome to a world of fast relief from the pain of acid indigestion and heartburn.
Let me give you Frank's #1 rule. Never argue with a guy holding a meat cleaver. You don't have to believe me, but I say no other brand of sandwich meat tastes as good as Maple Leaf flakes of ham. I say Maple Leaf trim their meat as carefully as I do. 100% cured ham. I say you can trust the taste of Maple Leaf. I say Maple Leaf is a cut above. You can argue with me, but I don't think you should.
According to Frank, Maple Leaf is a cut above.
When back pain strikes, ordinary pain relievers often aren't enough. Doctors recommend Robaxacet. It combines 2 active ingredients. One to relieve your back pain. The other to relax your tense back muscles. Ask your pharmacist for Robaxacet, helping you walk away from back pain.
Welcome back, Labatt Brier Tankard. The winner will get that tomorrow. Alberta moves on to play Jeff Stoughton after a 9-8 win. And here's the scoring recap for Kevin Martin. Deuces in the 1st and 4th end, then he scored a 3 in the 6th, scored 1 in the 8th end, scored 1 in the 10th end, but Kevin Martin, woo! We didn't think it would go to the 10th. I mean, it looked like you could have put the game away in the 8th end. Tell me first about all about that shot when you throw the Hummer down in the 8th end and just wound up getting the 1.
Well, I kind of thought if we did throw that, we'd only get 1. I thought it would jam on the back one, but the team figured that if we get 1, we'd be in good shape. Whereas if I play the intern for, I don't know how many, 4 or whatever it was, if I miss it, we're only 1 up playing 9. So we felt it was a better chance of being ahead in the end. So as it turns out, they pick up 3, so I should have played the intern, shouldn't I?
Holy moly, you make that great shot with your first shot in the 9th end, and he still winds up getting a 3.
Yeah, well, that's what Quebec's good at, though, is that come around, the tap stuff, and they've been doing that all week, and I kind of thought he'd make his first one in 9, actually, but then I
what
go
went through your head in the 10th end when you're making that shot? You only have to hit 8 foot, but we can see the frost on the ice. It's not an easy shot.
Not at all. Geez, I was hoping he'd maybe tick the guard and give me an open hit. It was easy to hit out here because you couldn't roll out with all the frost, but I didn't feel real comfortable throwing that last draw.
You know, we had a clip of you in the opening. You sounded a little worried about semifinal games. I mean, you lost in the semifinal last year and in '92. Now you're back there again. What do you think about facing Stoughton tomorrow? He's beaten you twice, but can he possibly do it a 3rd time?
If he does, I'll shake his hand, and he's the winner. That's it. But, no, you know, we've lost 4 semis this year, too, so it's really good to get past this semifinal.
I didn't want to remind you about the 4 semis
Yeah,
this year.
that's right.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
Kevin, congratulations on a great game, great last shot, and we'll be back to talk to Quebec's Dom Westphal when we return to Kamloops Riverside Coliseum. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I'll have the chili.
Chili? You should know better.
And I'll have the fries.
Fries? You should know better.
And now I'll have Tums Ultra.
New Tums Ultra is our highest strength ever. It goes to work in seconds, neutralizing stomach acid to relieve heartburn and indigestion fast. And unlike many antacids, Tums Ultra has calcium.
Something your body uses anyway. You'll like that.
I'll have the chili.
I know. I should know.
Aha! Oh, hi. I'm using this ordinary telescope to take a look at auto repairs. My hunch is we're going to see something kind of interesting here, and look, there it is right now. At some places, you're not allowed to see what's going on with your car. However, at Midas, things are completely different. Look at this. They take you under the car. They let you see just what needs fixing and what can wait. You're in the loop, I tell you. Midas, the way it should be.
I'll never forgive them for breaking my alligator lamp.
That was a mercy killing.
Oh, you are cruel.
Voila, la telephone.
Oh, good. Where was it?
Microwave.
Of course.
I guess we should sign up for a long-distance thingy, huh?
Well, everyone we know is back east.
Why did they have to make this thing so complicated?
What's it say?
Well, it says we get 15% off.
Yeah?
But then there's this part that's even higher, but it's only on 3 numbers.
3? That's it?
Introducing a long-distance plan that makes sense. 25% off all calls, anytime, anywhere, when you spend $25 a month.
Wow, this is really complicated. Did you have anything to do with this?
What are you saying, I complicate things?
25% off all calls, anytime, anywhere, including overseas and calling card. Call 1-800-806-1166.
Of course, if we did just go for the 3 numbers, you know, you're not going to call that Michael guy.
You are such a child.
But isn't it the child in me that you fell in love with?
Who said anything about love?
Extreme cold. It can change the state of your motor oil, causing it to flow too slowly, keeping it from reaching vital engine parts in time. Fortunately, there's Quaker State motor oil, proven to exceed the highest standards car makers have established for engine protection. Quaker State. What's the state of your motor oil when you're out in the cold? Quaker State exceeds the highest standards for engine protection.
Welcome back to Kamloops. Don Westphal, skip at Quebec. Here's the scoring recap for them. Scoring singles in the 2nd and 7th end. Stole one in the 3rd. That was a big steal. Scored a deuce in the 5th and then scored a big 3 in the 9th end to tie it up only in the 10th end when it was looking real good for a steal to have your second stone pick up something. Just disastrous to lose that way.
Well, I mean, at least it gives us a chance, you know. The rock that we had in the house was full 4. The guard stays up. Sooner or later, Kevin's going to have to move the 1 there. If I make a good shot, at least he has to draw full 4. But, you know, it happens. That's the game. It happened to them last night against Manitoba, and it was a bad break, and it's a bad break for us. But we hung in there. I'm pretty proud of the guys. They played well.
Great 3 in the 9th to come back and tie it. Beautiful shot with your first rock.
Yeah, we tried to get Danny's away because I said if we come around, you know, we might set up the double and they hit so well. So I said, let's go deep. And then Kevin got there and I had a chance to tap it back and roll inside, and I was lucky enough to make it. And then Kevin was a bit heavy on his last one.
You being a rookie skip here, future looks pretty good for you.
Yeah, if I don't retire after this Brier, I think I'll try to stay as a skip, yeah.
Well, all you have is a few extra gray hair.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what it picked up on it. No,
probably more from Pierre than me.
Yeah, anyhow, sorry about the hair. Wasn't my fault, though. We'll be back to wrap up things here at the Labatt Brier semifinal. Look ahead to tomorrow's final when we return here at Riverside Coliseum.
Karcher pressure washers. Blast away dirt and grime fast. From your car, boat, patio furniture, bikes, your deck, barbecue, eavesdrops, and recreational vehicles. Just about anything. Karcher, the fast and easy way to handle any tough cleaning job.
They call them channels. I call it great protection. They're the smart idea on Always with Wings, and they're pretty amazing. Channels that help form a barrier of protection at the edges. Even when I move, they help keep moisture in the center, and with Wings, the sides get better protection. While Dry Weave helps keep the surface drier. They call them channels. I call it just plain smart. It protects better than any regular maxi I've tried. Always with Wings, now with channels. It's cleaner, it's drier, it protects better.
fact is, all cars are targets for car theft. New cars may have a higher value, but older cars can bring in big cash for their parts. So if you're not using the club, you're inviting a thief to steal your car. Stop. Don't fall prey to car theft. Get the club. Statistics show that the club is over 99% effective in reducing auto theft. Protect your vehicle from theft with the club. Now available in a variety of highly visible colors.
A pretty important invention. Just try living without it. But sometimes it just doesn't leave you feeling clean enough. Maestro, let's demonstrate. See what I mean? These are new Cottonelle Moist Wipes. You use them after you use this, and they leave you feeling cleaner. Or clean. They have soothing aloe, and they're flushable. So if you want your family to feel fresher, cleaner, just better, this is one invention you won't want to live without.
New Cottonelle Moist Wipes. Advanced personal hygiene from Cottonelle.
Aha! Oh, hi! I'm using this ordinary telescope to take a look at auto repairs. My hunch is we're going to see something kind of interesting here, and look, there it is right now. At some places, you're not allowed to see what's going on with your car. However, at Midas, things are completely different. Look at this. They take you under the car. They let you see just what needs fixing and what can wait. You're in the loop, I tell you. Midas, the way it should be.
Welcome back to Kamloops. Alberta edging Quebec 9-8. The dramatic draw in the 10th end. So Alberta moves on to the Labatt-Brier final, where they will play Manitoba with their thoughts on today's game and tomorrow's game. Upstairs to Don and Don.
Thank you, Colleen and Don. I'm sure the thoughts of many. Can Jeff Stoughton beat Kevin Martin 3 times in a row?
Well, if he can, you can be rest assured he's the best team in Canada, because that's not an easy job. They play very well. It's going to be an exciting game, I can tell you that.
Well, the victory in the 1 versus 2 game was certainly a tremendous battle last night here at the Riverside Coliseum. A lot of rocks in play in that game. Might we see the same style of play in the final?
Oh, I think so, and I think Kevin will be very, very aggressive. I think Jeff will be very, they'll go after each other. Depends on the ice condition. There's a lot of movement to it. You'll see a lot of rocks in play.
Well, Quebec gave Alberta everything they could handle this afternoon before Martin prevailed by a score of 9-8. And that sets the stage for a great final tomorrow, Manitoba and Alberta. Colleen?
It sure does, Don. Manitoba pursues a 25th Labatt-Brier title and 2nd in a row. Jeff Stoughton and Alberta's Kevin Martin will be back to wrap things up after this.
Maybe you think only those jet set types need a Nokia cellular phone.
Hi, it's me. Flight's delayed.
Well, now Nokia's making cellular phones so easy.
Late. Can I skip my bath?
They're practically child's play.
Attention, Flight 11 is delayed.
Can I call you back?
With Nokia's big, easy-to-read screens, last number redial, and sleek designs.
No, don't hold dinner. I'm eating my body weight in hot dogs. No, wait up. You got to tuck me in.
So get set to join the jet set. Nokia, Europe's leading cellular phone, also made in America, connecting people.
We make maple leaf wieners for Courtney, who will only eat Mr. Broccoli if he hasn't touched Mr. Gravy. We make maple leaf wieners for Tim, who says peas explode in his mouth. And for Caitlin, whose scrambled eggs must be shaped like little boats. Maple leaf wieners have a taste made especially for kids. For Kenny, who won't eat anything with sauce, and Jason, who won't eat anything without sauce, there will always be maple leaf.
These days, you're working harder than ever. You need a truck that does, too. Introducing the all-new 1997 Ford F-150 with a tough new suspension.
Don't move.
A standard new third door to make life a lot easier. A stronger new frame.
I'm driving.
And the new Triton V8 with even more torque and horsepower. all-new Ford F-150.
Better get to the Grand Canyon before we do.
When we go on a road trip, we usually go to Florida. Stress.
The stroller, formula, the diapers. When are we going to be there?
Introducing CIBC Travel Medical Insurance, the most convenient way to get the protection you need. Just call 1-800-403-4459 or drop into any CIBC branch.
I see us driving.
I see us getting aggravated.
For fast, affordable travel medical insurance right over the phone, call 1-800-403-4459.
Kids love it because when we get there, it's fun.
The Labatt Brier on CBC. Brought to you by Labatt, Good Things Brewing. By Maple Leaf Meats, a cut above. By Ford of Canada, makers of the 1997 F-150, built for today's driving needs. And by Unitel, quality long distance for less.
Just wrapping things up here in Kamloops, at least for today's semifinal game. Alberta edging Quebec 9-8. Looked like things were almost over for Quebec till they scored a big 3 to tie things up in the 9th end, and then Kevin Martin coolly had to draw to about the 8-foot to win it all. He, of course, won the Brier back in 1991, and now he's trying to do the same thing again tomorrow when he faces Jeff Stoughton. And, of course, Stoughton has been able to beat Alberta twice during this competition. He did it in the quarterfinal. He also did it in the round robin. And now tomorrow he's got to do it for a 3rd time in a row, which is a tough thing. But, of course, we'll have the Labatt Brier final for you here tomorrow on CBC. Stoughton versus Martin. Stoughton will be trying to give Manitoba its 25th Brier title. Alberta has won it 17 times. And for Martin, he's very glad to be back in it because he did lose in the semifinal in 1992 and 1995. Great action for you tonight here on CBC with Molson Hockey Night in Canada. It's a very special farewell to the old Montreal Forum. It'll be on tonight, Hockey Night in Canada's farewell. 7 o'clock Eastern, followed by key games in the playoff hopes of the Canadiens, Leafs, Flames, and the Canucks. So it's Colorado and Vancouver at 10:30 Eastern. We're expecting quite a dramatic game. Every time Manitoba and Alberta play against each other, it's always a battle. To the victor will go the Labatt Brier tankard, plus, of course, the chance to move on to the World Championships in Hamilton. That, by the way, is something Kevin Martin dearly wants to do. Stoughton's team, very experienced, very strong, and they like to junk it up, as they have throughout the week. They'll be doing it again tomorrow when they play Kevin Martin and his Alberta rig. Such a dramatic finish to the semifinal game. I don't think anybody expected it to go the distance. But Martin drawing in the 10th end to do it all. Kevin Martin has been brilliant and cool all week, and he's hoping to show it all again tomorrow. His wife, Shauna, watching.